All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound okay audio wise, hit that number 1, please. Again, if you can hear me and if I sound good from a mic check perspective, hit that number 1. Hoover, Pam, Garrett, John, Kyle, Greg, Taxman. Perfect. Okay, very quickly. For those of you that watch this in the archive, first off, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But to be very transparent and upfront, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is completely viewer supported. And the best way to support it is to save yourself some money and use code CLAY, all caps, one of these prop firms. Because code CLAY, like I said, will give you whatever the prop firm's promotions are. And then it'll also help support the stream. I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. But wherever you're at in your journey, then code CLAY, all caps, like I said, with any of these prop firms is how you can help support the stream. For everybody that has used it, thank you very much. You are making a literal difference. And even if you're just considering it, I appreciate that too. All right. Ooh, wow. We're pulling back again. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, May 29th. The year is 2026, last day of May. So on that note, maybe you want to keep that in the back of your minds for kind of a mental health standpoint, meaning I think you could do some mental damage to yourself if all of a sudden you do something really stupid and you like wreck your entire month. Like, don't wreck your entire month with one bad day here on the final day of May. So just keep that in mind. Mental management is a huge part of this, and it's like little things like that can really mess you up. I may or may not speak from experience, and I cannot confirm nor deny, but yeah, it's not a good feeling to, on the last day of a month, wreck your month. It's just, like I said, I can't say, I mean, I'm a flawless trader, so I've never done anything like that. But like I've heard it's not a good feeling. So just keep that in mind. But we are, wow. One of these again, just that the joke today, I think the joke was, okay, market only goes up, but okay, at what point does it just completely? And here we are, a couple of fake bounces up here that I'm sure suckered some people back in thinking that the turnaround was coming, and then right there. So yeah, a nice calm morning. I did. Barbara was my mentor. How are all your days going so far? Red, green, terrible, fantastic, best day ever, worst day ever? Blue an account, past an account? How are your days going? Green for Rick. Good morning, trucking. Pam. Oh, sorry to hear that, Pam. Small red. Hey, that sounds like some risk management. I know of 2 very small trades, only up. What do you get that word only out of here, Kainoa? If they were with good habits, then don't say only 75. Hey, congrats, Malcolm. That's a good feeling. Hey, Mitt, I can appreciate that. Good morning. Green for good job, crazy. Small green for Kevin. Up a little bit for Southpaw, Steve. Hey, congrats, Steve. Fantastic. Passed your first eval. Good job. Way to get that monkey off your back. I'm thinking of a long here, but it's hard to trust it when you have so much red. But I do have a well-defined stop. Not good habits. Okay. And I'm going to try a long here. Just can put my stop below these lows, and if it bounces, great. If not, it is what it is. So are you going to bounce, brother? Come on. Took out one. Just took out another one. Come on, get up through there. It could reject off that line, which is why. Okay. I got 2 left, so I'm going to let these final 2 cook for me. let's get these in slight green territory. So this will be a green trade. Now just a question of how big of it. Well, I'm not going to totally let the two. If this one wants to come up here, I will take out another one up here. So I will let the two cook until right there. And then that's, like I said, where I'm going to take out another one. Move up my stop a little bit more now. There we go. So right now my risk is I make 7 points. So risk is I make 7 points. Reward unknown because I don't know how high up this will go. So I like these scenarios where my risk is making. In fact, I'm going to make my risk higher now. So now my risk is I make 11 points. So risk, make 11 points. Reward unknown. I like these. I don't know if I had any, if there have been trade-of-it issues, I've not noticed them. I'll put it that way. I was in that with you for scalp. Well, congrats on the scalp, but I'm glad I did not scalp it. So there we go. Now my risk is I make 15 points. There we go, mate. Hopefully this is a sign of what's to come. We're only about 6 minutes in the live stream, and I'm already in a nice little trade here. I'll take it. Oh, everybody's good stuff. Oh, wow. I talked, and then I can't. Well, okay. All right, there we go. And is this all of a sudden going to become a short? I don't know if I trust. Oh, boy. I mean, basically a bear pennant here. So bear pennant pattern. If you like the bear pennant, well, there you go. The 5 minutes just got me a little sketched out, though, of the bear pennant on the 2 minute. So 2 minute, yes, there's a bear pennant, but 5 minutes got pretty big, whatever you want to call it, spinning top candle. Hey, good morning, JJ. Well, I mean, if this thing were to fail all the way back down, that does make it interesting from the short side. I will say that. I will say that. All right, well, we're probably going to be looking at about a 10-minute stream today because the chat is bone dry silent. I'm not going to sit here and talk to myself for the next 4 hours. Holy smokes. As you guys know, there's 3 things that are going on. I'm trying to balance responsible trading, the business aspect, and then the fact that this is fun. But part of it being fun is like a active, lively chat. It is not. It is extremely boring. Oh, hey, what is that? Okay, that could be news. Whoa. What was? I looked at the time. It was 10:51. What happened with trade of 8 and gold? Are you looking at a very sketchy looking chart, Jenry? Are you looking at a chart that's like all messed up? I mean, that thing jumped, what, about 50 points in the blink of an eye almost? Yeah, Jenry, you're going to want to change your contracts because that happened to me this morning. You want to change it now to MGCQ. Q. Because I bet your gold... Oh, and on that note, look at gold. Look at gold. Okay, is oil coming down? Let's check on oil real quick. What's oil doing? Oil is dropped. All right, we have some... I'm guessing there's going to be a tweet out there somewhere. So, because news always beats even Twitter, keep an eye on the next... I don't know, maybe it's finally hit Twitter, but there's going to be something out there on Twitter. No, this doesn't look like any sort of like epic news, but I mean, there's somebody said, oh, hey, somebody had a shot. Look at oil still. Well, I guess the 5 minute looks way worse. I mean, the 2 minute looks pretty rough, don't get me wrong, but check out the 5 minute. Imagine being bullish and long for whatever reason. Whew. They're not going to have a good good day. Trump putting stuff out. Trump tweet. What did he tweet? Whatever he tweeted, not good for the oil market, but apparently good for, I assume ES is going up. Yeah, look at ES. Holy smokes. Good for ES. So the market likes whatever he tweeted. Oil market does not like it. We are off to an active opening 10 minutes. Wow. Trump saying naval blockade is being removed. So he literally just put out that the... Oh boy, I'm going to try this. So much congestion up here. Okay, short. Come on. Come on. Come on. Take that little scalpy scalp there. Scoopy scoop. Scoopy scoop. A move like that on a Friday will ruin you. Yep. Yeah, yes. Agreed. If you're on the wrong side of that sort of trade, some people are either, there's no middle ground. You're either officially having a great weekend because of that move, or you're not having a good weekend. And then back up it goes. I'm kind of tempted to maybe kind of sort of play oil, but we'll see. We shall see. Oil is coming back down. Hey, good morning, Jason. I'm curious to see if it can push up above, but more, I think, revealing, stay up above this overnight high right here. So this pink line, it's slightly pushed up here a couple times, hasn't been able to maintain it, right there and right here, just flat out got rejected by it, but uranium will be unearthed by the... Okay, yeah, well, I think the world is now probably waiting to hear from Iran. Hey, Iran, did you actually say you agreed to this or no? Or is Trump just saying stuff again? So I think the next bit of news will be Iran's response to this claim. You have to run a search for it. It's called Iman Overnight High Low. So you have to run a search for that in the community indicators. Okay, Jason. 5 days is the minimum. You can take as long as you want. I always say aim to pass within 1 month so you don't have to pay the fee again. But you can take as long as you want. 5 days is the minimum. The minimum that the test phase lasts. There is definitely something wrong. On my next call with Take Profit Trader, I'll have to let them know. Be like, I don't know where it lies, but there is something in your explanations and marketing and your site that is not clear, because too many people on this live stream have shown up and they think that the test phase is literally 5 days. That's just the minimum. You go at least 5 days. So Jason, what did you see? I'll ask you, what did you see? Do you remember what you saw that led you to believe it was only 5 days? I can maybe pass that along to them. I guess I'll open up to everybody else. For anybody else, if you can remember back when you started with Take Profit Trader, and if you were one of these people that thought it was a 5 day test, like you had 5 days, Does anybody remember what led you to that conclusion? Or is it you? Was it like, no, Clay, honestly, I was just being an absolute moron. I was being a total dent. Because that is something I've seen happen enough where I'm questioning, like I said, their explanations on things. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to put any money where my mouth is, but so just I'm in armchair quarterback mode, but I think I could see this rolling back over and kind of just chopping around just because it's like, okay, I mean, this is what Trump said, but like we got to wait on Iran to get actually confirmation. I don't know if that's a sad thing or not that we have to wait on Iran to see what the truth of the matter is, but like, yeah, I could see this very realistically coming back up. I could see oil, or I'm sorry, I could see this being the indices coming back down. I could see oil going back up while we wait for Iran to confirm whether or not the news is actually true. You mean only 5 days? Yeah, what I'm asking is for the people who take private trader, there are some people, our most recent example being Jason, that thought the test itself was 5 days. Like you literally only have 5 days to pass. My question is what led anyone to believe that? Because I haven't seen anything. Like I thought they made, I think that they made it clear that it's, no, the test day is minimum 5 days. So yeah, not only 5 days to pass, the correct verbiage would be minimum 5 days. Hey, Bobos. All right, Ty. Yeah, I'm actually bearish on this one. Even though we got that strong move up, with the way these news things goes, seems like more times than not, the price just ultimately returns right back to kind of the range where it was because the market reads the news. So the news, happens. Everybody freaks out in one direction. Then everybody kind of digests it and they're like, okay, maybe that's not as, as epic of news as what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought, Philly. I thought they said minimum. Now looking at it again, I see your way. But I think the minimum of 5 would be better. Okay, what do they say then? So they don't say the minimum of 5, Jason? Took the $30 scalp. All right. $5 days of trading. Yeah. And yeah, that is not clear. 5 days of trading. I could see that being said as, okay, so only have 5 days for this test. The word minimum, that would help out a lot. I think I'm gonna bring that up as a suggestion. Like, hey, I've had several people show up and they were misunderstanding the test phase. Can you just have your developer, can you have somebody just throw in the word minimum? Okay, now that does make good sense on where the confusion's coming from. Hey, Ace, good to see you. It's on the front page ad before signing in. I mean, yeah. But I mean, when you have your rules in your dashboard right there, I would argue, and maybe this is like the former process engineer of me, where I don't think you can use this term anymore, but we were constantly told dummy proof everything. Assume your audience is a dummy and dummy proof it. So like in the spirit of dummy proofing things in those rules, the word minimum would really help dummy proof it. Like it kills gray, right? Dummy proof, some call it foolproof. Hey, you make your work instructions, your work procedure, make sure you foolproof the thing. Make sure you dummy proof it. And and things like that, Steve, agreed. Like they're using resources to answer a question where they could just be proactive against it. If they threw in the word minimum, then nobody would have to ask for clarity. I realize I have an AI agent now, but still, like, dent proofing is very hard to do. If there was a Chuck Norris stock, I would invest. Oh, I mean, duh. Of course. Hey, good morning, Homer. Darcy, yeah. Darcy proofing is, I think you need a PhD for that sort of stuff. Oil, I kind of want to get long oil. If you look at the 5 minute, two very long lower shadows back to back. So do we get another long lower shadow here, which would maybe signal to me that this thing might be getting ready to try to hop back upwards? But like I said, that's where I'm kind of waiting at. When you ask about the 5 days of trading, ask for end of day on the pros too. Yeah, they're well aware. They're well aware. And I think there's, I threw out this as speculation either last week or 2 weeks ago. But I know they're trying, but you can't have like from a business model perspective and a math equation standpoint, a prop firm with like magical rainbow rules every single area you look, they're not going to be sustainable. They will be going bankrupt. They will definitely rug pull. But I think this is where they're headed, especially with now the 30% off. Yeah, that brings prices up a tad bit more. I would argue okay. Now, if this was if their accounts were thousands of dollars, 10% more or 10% difference, well, of course, that adds up very, very quickly. But when we're talking about the numbers we are, it's okay. I mean, it is a little bit more, but keyword a little bit. Let me put it this way. If the amount more it is now, if that is nope, I can't afford it, that's going to send me to the poorhouse. I think you have other goals in your personal finances that you should be focused on right now. But all this to say, I think they're trying to make it, the reset prices have been restructured. Now, like I said, maybe the new normal deal is 30% off. So my speculation is they're trying to work their way. Well, I know because they told me that's where they're trying to get to. But you can't just magically wave a wand and have that happen if you want to have a sustainable business. So there's a reason why they've been around since 2021. They're checking the math before they do stuff. What if I'm already at the... Oh, okay, never mind. I just saw who was asking. We know you're serious maybe 20% of the time. 2 drives of bullish divergence on... 2 drives? What are drives? I know what a bullish divergence is, but what do you mean drives? Is that a typo? Well, 5 minute on oil did not deliver that lower shadow. So I'm glad I waited and just jumped the gun. Hey, good morning, Cam. Oh, the business model is very straightforward. I mean, their business model is ultimately what any prop firm's business model is. Hey, good morning, Timbo. Prop firm companies operate like the insurance. It's the insurance model, right? Good traders are the equivalent of a house burning down for an insurance company because the insurance company has to pay out. But the good news is for the prop firm model, when one of their houses catch on fire, they can turn that house into actually a profit. But how? Well, by putting that trader into the live environment. And then they get to keep 10%, which no longer comes from them. So that would be the one difference is ultimately somebody such as Take Profit Trader that has a live program and a good live program, they can benefit from houses that catch on fire. Friday green, and that is about it. Well, if that green is coming from good habits, then good job. Well, why be worried about it? Just trade the range, keeping the West wild. Don't be worried. Smile. Hey, good job, Pop, with 1 MNQ. Nice job. Smile. Hey, I'd like to see this on oil, boy. Woo-hoo-hoo. Come on down, oil. Give me that tax cut. Give me that tax cut. Do I try a short here? No, but I mean, in all actuality, if there's a range, like if you're scared that it's going to stuck in a range, well, and I know with us, well, then what is your definition of range? And then just put on some trades relative to the range. Yes. And if you stay, so with Take Profit Trader, if they keep you in the pro account, yeah, you're still in a simulator, but the gains made are real. But if they just keep you there, that is them like an insurance company paying you out of like the pool of money they're collecting, which is why ultimately they'll put you in the Pro Plus account, which is you in the live real market. And then from there, they get to keep 10% of your gains. Which is why I've said this since the beginning of the live stream. That's why, to me, I can see this the business model of sustainability. Prop firms where they don't ever send anybody live or they have a really sketchy live program, to me, that's a flaw in the business model. I could see them going kaput because a super, super good trader could bankrupt them, or else they'll just kick you out. What's the benefit to be in the live account? You keep 90% instead of 80. I like trading with ranges, but not a clean defined range. Is there? Honest question. I don't think a clean defined range exists because all ranges have this, right? Okay, you got that high. Well, then you got that one that's not quite. Then you got one that's a little bit higher, but then you got that one that's a little bit lower, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit lower. So we can still see like, okay, generally speaking, this is a range. But like, do ranges exist where everything literally hits the same thing and you get like a perfect line? I suppose in theory they happen every now and then, but aren't all ranges kind of by definition not clean? Which is what actually makes range trading hard because what actually is the top of the range in the sense of where you're going to put your order to get in? Okay, oil is at the overnight low. Can it hold? Gold is on a risk. Gold's still heading up. Oh my, you're right, it is. See, so to me, this does not make any sense. So gold is valued as a safe haven. And if stuff with Iran is getting more and more under control, things are getting overall more under control. So you don't really need safe havens. Safe havens are not as important because the thing is getting more under control. But like as of now, the thing is getting more under control, yet the safe haven is like going up. So to me, that's not a normal correlation. No, there's no max you can make on a live account because you're live. They want you to make it. Go make $10 million because they get to keep $1 million. Yeah, come on down, oil. Come on down, oil. Yeah, I guess I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Keeping the West wild could be that the powers that be know stuff about this fan. Are, yeah, I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try a short here. See if we can get a rejection off of the 50 SMA. So, but I'm only want to get short if it comes back down. So if this thing wants to keep grinding up, well, then just keep grinding up right now. Do not come down here and fill me and then keep grinding up. Don't do that. Just keep grinding up right now and I won't be filled and I'll move on with my day. My brother is upset. He is long oil. Like from what vantage point? Is he a day trader? All right, never mind as it keeps grinding up. So thank you. Thank you, Price. Is he like swing trading oil? Like I get it. If your brother is a day trader of oil and he went long oil or like right up here, think like if he bought this breakout or what he thought was like the bull pennant breakout and he bought right there, yeah, I can understand how he'd be mad. That makes sense to me. I'm long too. 86. Uh oh. Careful, Cam. Cam has put on the Monka S trade. I'm kidding. It doesn't look too crazy. He's got a big move down, but yeah, you never know. But yeah, the correlation does seem to be in effect. Oil dropping. Indices, well, let's check the ES real quick. I'm assuming this is going up. Yep, indices going up. Gold still going up. Yep, oil just grinding away. I probably shouldn't mess with. Yeah, well, at this point you're in, and yeah, it's still dropping against you, but approaching the pivot on oil, so maybe you get a bounce there. Pivot at what is that? 86.25, I think. Might be a dumb question, but what? Just the equations are different, and I don't remember. I don't remember. Like a simple moving average is it's the normal. Think back to whenever we learned about how to take an average. It's that calculation. Just the simple moving average, the traditional way to take an average is how it's being done. Exponential, I don't remember how they're doing it. It's still an average, but they're just taking the average a little differently. But off the top of my head, I don't know. Like if you're like I know the MACD and I know what the MACD represents, blah blah blah. But if you're to quiz me right now, okay, now let's talk about the mathematical equation behind the MACD. Like I can't say I remember that off the top of my head. So Cam, is this where you'll keep averaging down until you either get a bounce or you're cooked? Is that essentially what you're doing here? Okay, that's the strategy you're using, Cam. I know you mentioned one where you're like, yeah, it's for like real money, probably a very, 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 very risky thing to do. But within the prop firm landscape and how the prop firm numbers work, it actually does still make sense and can be profitable. So it's that one. I wasn't sure if it was that one or not. I know, yeah, Mike, I got your email, brother. I can't do anything about you right now. I'm live streaming. Yep, I would never use real money with this. Yeah, that's again the prop firm landscape. It's a different landscape, so, and it just functions differently. And I think I'm getting a good grasp on how to best operate within it. But I've only been in it a couple years, so I'm sure there's some blind spots where I could maybe do things that still make a little bit more sense within again the prop firm numbers. But yeah, whatever you want to call it, if prop firm trading, if it's real trading or I don't know, but everybody should be agree it's a different landscape. It's a different landscape, so, behave accordingly. Well, if you're doing that in prop firms, that would never be profitable in real money. Dude, I've seen that argument. Just concede it. Be like, yeah, you're probably right, but I'm not in that environment. That's not my landscape. My landscape right now is prop firms. Well, you wouldn't have won the lottery if you didn't pick the right numbers. Well, correct. In the landscape of not picking the right numbers, I would not have won the lottery. But that's not the landscape I'm in. The vast, vast, vast majority of people that are making those arguments are the degenerates that, you know, they because they're degenerates, they couldn't pass an account, they couldn't get payouts. Maybe they got a payout because they just got lucked out in the market. Like, those are the people that are upset at the prop firms. And they make those arguments. Well, that's not real trading. What? It is trading. Just different landscape of trading. And if the landscape of this goes away and it goes back to how it was before I got, or, you know, how it was when I was got into trading, which is just real money, well then yes, I will have to shift some things around again. Have you seen Micron this weekend or this week? I have not. I know that it did very well, but no, I don't day trade stocks anymore. So I don't. The only thing I've seen from Micron is just, you know, scrolling through the headlines. Opium investing other people's money. Yeah, I mean, in a forum, sure. Yep. Oh, yeah. You know, Judd, I was thinking yesterday, I'm like, man, I haven't seen Judd in a while. Well, glad you're feeling better. Most finance people got rich trading other people's money for everyone. Again, but even with prop firms, it's not really other people's money, because the stages are happening in a simulator. Now, it does become other people's money when you start to get profits. Like, yeah, you are taking the prop firm is paying you. But it's not like you're going to a loan, or you're going to a bank, getting a loan, and then you're like, yeah, I'm using other people's money. No, that's not. Like, I understand what you're saying, but in the weeds, it's not technically that. It's even better than that, though. It's better. It's better than that. I made it. Did not forget today. You made what, Daniel? And what did you not forget? I'm more swing trade. Yeah. Prop firms are not going to be for swing traders. That's why my argument is very specific. For those wanting to day trade. That's when people show up, I always start with that question. Well, let me ask you this. Are you wanting to day trade, swing trade, or invest? And if they're like, oh, I just want to swing trade, or I want to invest, well, then I'm not going to tell them about Pam's plan. I'm not going to tell them all about futures and prop firms. I started like a dummy with my own funded account, was up $1,500 on a $250 investment, and got out when I was back down to $250. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess sure you were a dummy, but like you probably didn't know about all this like prop firm stuff, which is why the stream exists. Oh, that's why you got to turn on notifications, Daniel. But I'm glad you remembered today. Good to have you. There are some prop firms for swing trading as well. Interesting. Well, I'm not familiar with any of those. Hey, Evan. Yep, wish I had started with prop firms and never touched options. Yeah, Dieter, exactly. Yeah. But again, that is actually the point of the live stream. I think that's a little different. I think a lot of them are like, I don't know. Like, I look how great of a trader I am, therefore go join this or this. And I'm just like, no, I'm just going to concede I'm a terrible trader. But hey, I got a good idea for day trading. Let me tell you about day trading futures through a prop firm. Because that's regardless of if I'm a good trader or bad trader, that is irrelevant to the math that shows day trading futures through a prop firm is a good idea. So that is ultimately the core purpose, is to make people aware of that. Because yeah, Dieter, you're right. A lot of people, then they don't know about any of this, and they get into options. And I've lost track of how many people have come back thanking me and thanking the chat. Like, hey, thank you for making me aware of futures through a prop firm, because I was out here trying to get, my lunch was getting eaten by theta, or I'm trying to trade these small caps where I'm, I got a lot of money and I'm getting stuck in halts, or, it's a good time to be alive. We are in the golden age of day trading right now. I attempted to trade the first sign of reversal of the ORB. Yeah, Daniel. Oh, yeah, the trading will be a little bit more than just the ORB strategy. I don't know, compound wealth. That is a question scientists will have to research for a long amount of time. Hey, good morning, Nero. All right, I'm not. Oh, okay, I was like, why did I have that trend line? But that's when I was measuring this little bear flat or bear pennant right here. But that is long gone. So oil may be coming back down here. We'll see. PDT, but no, the PDT rule is not disappearing. It's being reduced, but it is not disappearing, and it doesn't do anything to help the problem of stocks and options trade like garbage compared to futures. Futures just move better. But it'll ultimately, a lot of people will now get crushed because they're going to go take their, I think, the $2,000 minimum. They'll go to a broker that offers like 4 to 5 to 1 leverage. So they're going to be trading with like a $10,000 position and not realize it. And then all of a sudden, like, little pullbacks are going to be like, boom, $800 gone. And they're like, holy crap, that was almost 50% of my entire account. So, yeah, people are going to get crushed because they're not going to realize. Because let's face it, with $2,000, you can't buy jack squat of like anything worthwhile. Well, I take that back. So, I mean, think about it with, remember when we were talking about Meta? Oh, amazing move. Dude, how many shares can you buy of Meta with $2,000? So yeah, $2,000. Okay, I can be a day trader now. Oh, okay. $2,000 divided by, what is it right now? 625. Oh, you can buy 3.2 shares of Tesla, or I'm sorry, of Meta. So even if Meta were to explode in a single day, $100 per share. Imagine Meta exploding $100 in a day. $100 per share. Okay, well, you have 3.2. Let's multiply that by 100. Whoa, you just made $320. Holy smokes. Hopefully you're like, dude, but 320 in the world of futures, like, yeah. So the math just does not math. It does not matter. Like, the reduction of the pattern day trader rule doesn't actually make a difference other than, okay, someone with $2,000 can now go buy 3 shares of Meta. But Clay, they can trade smaller cap ones and buy more. Yeah, right. I understand that, and that's true. But I'm still telling you that even with the leveraged money, even if those stocks make really big moves, it's still not nearly anywhere equivalent to futures with prop firms because the risk is still off the charts because you still need way more money. Yeah, so once in a blue moon, you get $100 per share, and then you get a whopping $300 for a once in a blue moon event. Think about that. A once in a blue moon event gets you $320 per my little hypothetical. And then futures traders are like, dude, I just made $320 in like 7 seconds in my prop firm that I paid $100 for. It's the age of ETFs, though. You are still 100% right, but you can go long or short. Right, yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, Ty, okay, well, you can do this, or this, and then your last statement still proves my point. Still need a lot of cash to make it work. Well, yes, exactly. Like, there's so many holes. They can be like, okay, technically, Clay, this hole could be resolved by doing this. But yeah, that over there still has holes to it. It's like, well, yeah, that is the point. That is the point. Not to mention those leveraged ETFs are already leveraged, and then somebody takes that $2,000. Hey, I can be a day trader. Let me put it in, such and such that gives me 4 to 1 leverage. So now they have $8,000 positions in an already very leveraged thing, and then they take a $500 loss, which would be very realistic. And then they're like, well, crap, that was just 25% of my money gone just like that. Lame price action past couple of minutes. I guess I am watching oil right now. Well, I don't know how you define lame action, but yeah, maybe for your strategy, it's been lame. For the people that maybe are trading this little range here, they're like, "What are you talking about? This is not lame. This is beautiful." An option trader told me he made $400 in 3 hours. Well, yeah, no. Again, it was like the one guy, whoever it was. I'm up 30% today. It's like, dude, you stop, break. Don't tell us about 30% when the ROIs of prop firm trading is thousands of percents. Yeah, nice job, Cam. It was looking a bit sketchy, but per the strategy, you got the bounce. Oh, you have a good memory, Larkin, was it? We had some pretty silly interactions yesterday, several of them, so they're kind of all blended together at this point. Right. Yeah. 20% is just, it's garbage. Okay. I can't deal with Roderick Mex today. He's somebody that will never, he's not here. He's just, yeah. We'll give him 24 hours. I'm not going to deal with him today. An absolute dent. I will say this. Do I overhype my emotions for entertainment value? Yes. But I will just reveal one of my pet peeves. Whether you want to believe this or not, like I am a teacher at heart and I want people to succeed. I want people to learn. You just say that because you sell a course. I understand that 100%. So I get it. Like me saying that, sure, dude. You're just saying you want us to think. Fair. That is completely fair. But it is true. I really do. Hence why one of the biggest pet peeves is like this Roderick Mex guy who is a terrible learner. Terrible learners drive me up the wall because they're not going to learn. Oh, so you're going to define a terrible learner as somebody that doesn't agree with you? No, not at all. But has got to be realistic. Hear me out and hear the math, especially when what I'm talking about, I'm demonstrating math. And then they just try to do mental gymnastics and they're just not intellectually honest with themselves. That does indeed drive me nuts. I cannot, if you really want to send me loose, behave as a poor learner, because that does trigger somebody like me that actually does want you to learn, actually does want you to have success. Be a poor learner. That is like Roderick Mex, like I just put him in timeout because he triggered me. Why did he trigger me? Because he's such a terrible learner. Does not listen. He just tries to, it's just, yeah. When you show somebody basic math and then they just start to turn themselves into a logical pretzel to try to get around what you just said, that's called a terrible learner. Drives me up the wall. All right. There you go, Bryn. Yeah, sometimes you got, well, and you never know that, right? So fair enough, because if you just ever did one, you'd constantly be wondering, I don't know, maybe I should give 5 a try. Should I try multiple? But now you did. Sounds like you maybe got punched in the face, but hey, now you know. Hey, good morning, Joey. Maybe take a swing at this if it wants. You know, I'm on a slow streak. I've not made, the stream started off hot. I made what, like 3 or 4 trades in the opening 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Now I'm on kind of a cold. I'm not really seeing. It's just kind of, we had that news there and maybe try along if it gets down in this area. Look for it to maybe try to come back up. So we'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. Or else it just break. So I will say this. This does seem to be a key area of resistance in my mind right now. Yeah. Whoops. That yellow line, key, kind of break point. Whether the price gets up there or not, I think could be plausible. All right, I might wave the white flag. Either the chat is broken or, I don't know, the stream is failing miserably. The chat is bone dry quiet. And as I was saying earlier, like, the reason why I can make it, some people are like, how can you live stream for 4 hours straight? And it's like, well, I'm interacting with people. It's cool to talk with people around the world. It's cool to have discussions, blah, blah, blah. But like, if nobody's going to talk, just let me know right now. I'll wave the white flags. I'll wave the white flag because this is not fun when nobody's talking. There's no way. The thought of going 4 hours with the chat box as active as this one is right now, can't do it, brothers and sisters and furries. Can't do it. Fairchild, where were you the past 2 weeks when they ran their 50% deal? Come on, Fairchild. Are we in any trade? If I was in a trade, the way you can tell that is to look at this column right here, open P&L. And if these numbers are if any of these numbers are fluctuating around, then I am in a trade. You're out of town for 2 weeks? Where were you out of town for 2 weeks? No, I do reserve the right where if I'm in a trade, I might start ignoring everybody chatting. Jail. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. It helps. Hit that like button. It does help. It does make a difference. I know it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but I know I've gotten really bad at asking for likes, but I always forget. Clay, were you using TPT before the live stream? Yes, I've only ever used Take Profit Trader for my prop firm. No, I said furries. Furries. Big, yeah, I don't know. It seems like this. It seems like it seems like building pressure upwards right now. Thank you, Casanova. Oh no, that's not good to hear, Nathan. That's never good to hear. It's going to go up. Hey, good job. I just saw it go up a tick. Good call, JP. It did go up a tick. I saw it. Good call, brother. Oh, well, yeah, especially if Mantools told you. 4,500 on the 150K. Clay, are we in any trade? Okay. Data with Shiva. Can you please give me a 1 so I know that you're listening this time? Because you just asked that and I answered it, but apparently you asked it and then left the computer. So give me a 1 real quick before I answer it again and then having you just disappeared. Friday late afternoon in the UK. Hey, Chris is at the pub, it sounds like. I'm up 120 on my account today. Good job. 1. Okay. If I was in a trade, one of these numbers would be moving around because that is my open P&L. So that's how you can tell if I'm in a trade or not, is watching those numbers. And given none of those are moving, I'm not in a trade. Whoa. Okay, this is getting a little spicy here, little spicy. Let me correct that goal, Rick. Your goal is 5 TPT Pro Pluses. That wasn't really a Darcy effect. JP, he wasn't wrong. He said it was going to go up. And it did go up a tick. After he said that, I noticed the price went up 1 tick. So technically he was right. No, JP was right. He said it was going to go up. And I saw it go up 1 tick. Therefore, he was right. It did go up. Which hence is the problem with a lack of profit target, right? With a lack of profit target, what does go up mean? I don't know. If it goes up a tick, he was right. Are there any sessions with big liquidity and Are there any sessions with? Well, I don't know how you define tradable. Tradable is going to be dependent on your strategy. No, I realize you weren't serious, but everybody's saying that you're wrong. I'm like, they're illustrating the point that I'm trying to make is like, if you say the price is going to go up, all it's got to do is go up one tick, and you were right. Which is why around here we're like, well, can you give us a target? Like, where do you think it's going to go up to? That is the power of the three numbers. It completely clarifies everything. Those three numbers destroy gray area. Tried. First time, Jay? I thought you've always been a prop firm trader. Interesting recovery back up here. So this is still, in my mind, the overall area of resistance, but we have kind of like a little miniature one right here. I'm scared to trade. Stop counting your green. See, why are you scared to trade? You're scared to trade because you're counting your win streak. That's why I say don't count win streaks. It creates mental. Now you have this voice. You have the win streak voice in your head. Like that. That is the point. We already have enough voices in our head as traders. Don't count your win streak because now you have the win streak voice. Well, I don't want to trade because I don't want to ruin my win streak. What a stupid thing to say. And I've been there, by the way. I've had win streaks cause me issues. Yeah. If it gets to 463. All right, it's got a chance, JP, it looks like. Right, that's my point. You would not know that you're in uncharted territory if you weren't counting the territory to begin with. Now, I'm not saying I'm against statistics. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm against this particular statistic of a win streak. Because you will notice that you'll have the voice where you start to break rules in order to keep the streak going. It's okay. Let's bend some rules here so we can keep this streak going. Whereas if you didn't even know you're on a streak, you just honor the rules and be done with it. Sitting at break even. Oh, nice, JP. You're in the sweet spot then. Whoa, again. Oh. Ooh, ooh. It's dancing. No, I've been trading my... Oh, my goodness. You have 5... I mean, you have to meet the criteria. You have to pass the test first, Jay. What account did you go with? Is gold getting... Okay. All right, gold's getting even more than... Yeah, gold is getting beat up more than anything else right now, it looks like, on the pullback. I think we are looking at the same spot. Yeah, I'm not really looking for a short right now. If anything, I'm looking for potential. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, to me, this seems like some bullishness building. So I don't know if I'd be interested in a short up there or not. I could be totally wrong, and maybe it gets smacked right back down. 100K, yeah. So on the 100K, you got to make 6,000, but can't lose 3. After you do this, and the test phase is a minimum of 5 days, then you'll move to your pro account, and in that account, that's where the payments become real. I'm going to try VWAP here for a long. You know, let's do a fake break. Let's go down to there. So basically trying to play the 200 SMA, that pink line, and then we have this little low right here. So looking to play a fake break of the VWAP. So I think it'll break VWAP, ideally come down here, and then become a fake, and then go back up. But if it's a real breakdown, I'm about to have a losing trade. Okay, well, it did break through VWAP. And it is bouncing back up, but that's the problem with broad statements. Because I was right. Hey, I think it's going to fake break VWAP and bounce, and that's exactly what we're witnessing here. The problem is the details. I thought the fake would go down here before becoming a fake, but no, it became a fake right there and started to go back up. So see, broad statement, I was correct. Details, nothing. That is why broad statements are worthless when trading. Yep, crude is trying to bounce back up. Well, I'm not trying. It is bouncing and it's trying to continue. Okay, here we go, maybe. At this point, I'm going to wait for confirmation. Hit that pink line, and then I'm going to put a buy order right here instead. So step one, hit the pink line. Hey, TA, where have you been? Break, even, stop out. Okay, it didn't quite hit the pink line. Am I being too picky? Maybe. Hindsight will be the judge. If this thing goes straight up green, then yes, I am being way too picky right now to require this thing to actually hit the pink line. But if it just dumps, I'll be very happy that I required that. Come on. Okay, that is close enough. That's close enough to the pink line. Let's see if we can cook something up here. I'm in. Out for the scoopy scoop. Scoopy scoop. I've not used the Yugoslavian VWAP in a while. I was looking for bullish confirmation. Long 372, stop 344. Oh yeah, JP, you got to be careful with that. Well, good. I'm glad I didn't make it. I'm glad I was like, okay, close enough to the pink line. Close enough. Because you're right. It didn't technically hit it. Do I try another long here? I might. That 200 period, it's holding. How do I set up VWAP on TradeOvate? You have to run a search for it. It's actually not a default indicator. You have to get it from the community indicators. So just search the community indicators. Just search it for VWAP. And then I think it's called like CE. Yeah, CE. That's what you want to look for. Okay, I think I will try again because, hey, why not? If it goes on there and hits that pink line. Okay, we're close enough. Okay, we'll look to get long at the green line. If I want, oh, nope, never mind. Never mind. Glad I waited for confirmation. We now have violation. We now have a violation. So we'll see if it wants to potentially drop down to this area. I don't know. Do I try? Just my risk profile is bigger than what it used to be. I'm going to try a long down there now. Right there. Right there. So yes, technically I'm not gonna lie to myself. I'm gonna try to catch a falling knife because if it comes down here and I have the chance to buy, it will be in the state of a falling knife. But is this like a degenerate random attempt at a falling knife? No. I have logic behind it. I think this logic will give me an edge within the context of catching a knife, but the context is still nonetheless catching a falling knife. Yeah, I use VWAP on I use all these indicators on all my time frames. All right, I like the plan. How did I choose that? Well, I mean, that's beyond the scope of this. Because I felt as though I had an edge for it to bounce. But I'm well aware, Robert, that like that's okay, that's a worthless answer. Fair. But what I'm saying is like there's a lot that actually goes into that. Well beyond the scope of this. Was anything like rocket science? No, the strategy's not, but like there are many little parts. Each part is pretty straightforward, but there are still many parts. Hence, that is outside of the scope of what's going on here. But I chose it because I thought I had a bullish edge. But again, I understand that is a worthless answer to you. Okay, then how many points could someone expect it to drop? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, if I thought it was going to drop, I would not be going long. So I think I'm misunderstanding what you're asking. Oh, nobody knows how far. No, yeah. No, nobody knows how far the knife's going to drop. That's why it's a risky thing. Well, oil's got me. Oil's in an area where I could see it very realistically rolling back over here, which is going to cause this, I think, to keep going up through here. I mean, is oil really going to keep going? Here, I'll just bring over oil. Like, this is a kind of a crazy 5 minute right now. Is oil really going to just keep fighting through all these congestion points? If so, then I would expect this to come down, which it's doing right now. I've caught every knife this session. True, but with your strategy, which I know you know this, all it takes is one. So you could catch 9 knives in a row, but if on number 10, you don't, yeah, well, all those other catches are, they gone. They gone. See you later. Bon voyage. Again, all right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get long because I think that oil wants to pull back here a little bit. And with that pullback, it should cause this to go up. So here we go. I am long, but I'm mainly going to watch. In fact, how can we do this? There we go. Okay. So I'm looking for this to come down. If this comes down, which it looks like there's a good chance it does, this should go up. Or at least that's my theory. Come on, oil, roll over, brother. There you go. Coming down, coming down. Come on, market. Let's go. Come on, correlation. Where are you at, brother? All right, I'm out. That was a gut. Okay. I was wrong or something was off. You guys saw that. That got red pretty quickly, and then we witnessed this, and that thing was barely budging. It budged a little bit, but holy smokes. Look at this. Again, it is going green, but that sort of movement right here, I would have thought would have had this a little bit more spicy than what it was. So, yeah. So I guess the correlation is still there, but I overestimated maybe the strength of it. Stream's laggy. What do you mean the stream is laggy? What does that mean? Base hits, maybe it's just your internet. I don't know. Maybe it's your computer. Maybe try refreshing. Or is it laggy? I don't even know what you mean by laggy. There is a natural lag anyways because it's a live stream. So, I mean, there's always like a 3 to 5 second. Hey, Andrew. Okay, yeah, now we have this one coming down, and oil is kind of just chilling. Hey, Clay, took 2 L's today. Oh, 2 as in TWO. You took 2 well, hey, good job not letting it spin out of control. It's not you, it's you. Okay, yeah, base hits. I'm not seeing anybody else saying there's issues, so I don't know. Go feed your hamsters some food. Tell them, run quicker. We need better internet. No hamster left behind. Yeah, so that symbol, I don't know what that symbol is telling me because you can't edit a message, but okay. I base hits, are you like a plant or something? Is this like a clever way for you to advertise other people's streams? Please. I would have thought you know this by now because I recognize your name. Don't name other people's streams because I don't know the vast majority of other people. Maybe they're fine. But I do my own thing, so I do not know the vast majority of other people. And I'd hate for this chat to serve as a funnel, the funnel to somebody that's a total clown. Again, I'm not saying everybody else other than me is a clown. I'm just saying I don't know the vast majority of other people. So if you don't mind, please don't mention other people's names. But again, base hits, everybody else is saying it's fine. So that leads me to believe there's something going on with your internet as of now. And I don't even know what you mean by laggy. What do you mean laggy? What is laggy? Someone is shorting oil. I can see why they'd be shorting. I mean, look at that chart. Hey, Kent, congrats. There we go. All caps Clay. The correlation continues. If you want to pass your test, get payouts, code Clay, all caps. No lagging for me, but Trader 8 has acted up a couple times for me. Yeah. Hey, Schnehall. I think this is your third day here in a row. Love to see it. Love to see some new faces continuing to come back. There you go. Ty just gave a good checklist right there. Hey, does anybody, I think it's still new, but waveform internet. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. For the new homestead, once I get out there, I'm going to go Starlink for my primary, and then I want to do waveform for the backup. So right here, has anybody used this? It's a newer, I know they've always done antennas and stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to already have internet. So that's what I want to do. And then I'll do the complete one. But does anybody have any experience with waveform internet? That's what I'm thinking right now. Because they'll monitor it. They're doing everything. They're binding it, all that sort of stuff. So, because, their whole thing is reliability. And that's what I need as a live stream, right? The live streaming industry is savage. Like if this thing goes down for just a moment, people are gone to never be seen again. No, there's no fiber out here. Goodness. Dude, it's a homestead out in Iowa rural country. You think they're running cords out there, you dent? You guys never disappoint me. Just when I think, maybe I'm being a little too exaggerating that I'm surrounded by baboon dents. Then we have Slow Morrow show up and be like, no, you're not exaggerating anything. President Trump meeting now. There's a meeting or he's talking? Where do you live? What state? Got 90 MPS. Well, with who? With waveform or with who? Who do you have 90 MPS with? You can always try right. That's what I'm saying is Starlink will be my primary internet. And then I'm asking about waveform as the backup. In case Starlink has an issue, waveform is supposed to come in and make sure everything stays online. Did Iran seriously just come and say that none of that actually took place? Or are you trolling, Jay? You can't troll about this sort of stuff. These dynamics are too impactful to just lie about. Well, not that you're lying, but troll about. Unless you're going to be obvious, like Blue Star. He's making a deal with himself type stuff. Iran did say that. Okay. Okay, well, I would have thought it would have been a little bit more impactful. Yeah, that's what I read about Starlink. If there's thunderstorms, it can get a little bit sketchy. Okay. So Iran. I mean, this is by no means, none of us, we can't get cocky about it. But did we not all call that like, okay, yeah, Trump has said X. We need to wait for Iran to see what happens. And all internet has issues with weather. Well, not. I mean, I can't say I have any issues with fiber. I would say that stuff that's buried in the ground doesn't really care about weather. Yeah, I had a sales guy who sold us fiber here in town, and he was trying to tell me, "Oh yeah, that's the plan to get it out there." But I don't know if that was just sales speak or not. But that's why I kept him like, well, I wanna get used to what Starlink will probably be. So I'm thinking Starlink will hopefully be around 300, give or take. So yeah, that's what I have my fiber plan. 300 up or 300 down, 300 up. Yes, I could have gone up to 1,000, but it's like, well, if I'm not gonna have 1,000 out there, I don't want to get used to 1,000 and then have to go to Starlink and have Starlink feel slow. BS. What? You guys have to be more specific. Robert Browser. You can't just say BS. There's a million people talking about a million different things. I don't know what BS is reference to. I mean, you're definitely not talking to my good looks because my good looks are not BS. So for sure, you're not talking about my looks. Starlink. Fiber in the sticks. Oh, yeah. Well, Renfrew, I will say, is a trusted source here in Iowa. But as of now, I have not. For a while, I saw like orange cords being. But that was for like something else, like for DSL or something. Is through your electric company. Oh, that's easy, Slow Morrow. Interesting. Yeah, but just because it's buried where you're at doesn't mean the node that feeds you is underground. Okay, that's fair, Daniel. I mean, we're on a gravel road, and then from the road we're off quite a bit. But really, and are you pretty much out in the boonies? Okay, we got some upwards movement here. Well, I saw him digging trenches, but the guy told me because when I was talking to the fiber guy when he was here, because right now we live in town while we build the house out in the country at the homestead, and he was like, no, those things you see, that's just for like the like really garbage DSL type stuff. He's like, but that's not fiber. I'm like, oh, bummer. Verizon has been good. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, that is my plan. Starlink with that waveform as a backup. From all of my research, Waveform has made really good products in the antenna space to like help people improve 5G. And I know this internet thing, it's a a newer service they've started. But my logic goes, well, hey, if they're really good in this area, that doesn't mean that therefore they'll be really good in this area. But hey, they at least have a track record of being good in something. Yeah, maybe I should do something like that, but in all actuality, live streaming, whatever the technology is, it's pretty impressive. Like when I live streamed from my in-laws back during Christmas time, I think their upload speed was like 9 or something. You don't actually need a whole lot of upload to live stream. But yes, the more buffer, the more fluctuations you can have and have it stay up. That's kind of. But yeah, I'm not. Well, let me put it this way: from a cost perspective, yes, please bring fiber. It will be way cheaper because I'll probably be paying. It looks like I don't know, at least $250 a month now for internet. Right now, I'm paying I don't know $80 for fiber. So yes, the internet bill is going up. So yes, use code Clay. Well, that'll be even more reason to use code Clay. Because for live streams, which is why I'm literally I'm doing all this to keep the live stream going in the sense of reliability. So code Clay. Now, not only does it feed hungry kids, it builds a stable internet. What's the reason for the move? Because I want chickens in a garden. Maybe some goats. I'm gonna live off the land. Get me out into the country air. Just run for mayor and make it happen. I don't think politics is for me. I think I'd have a set of people that appreciated me, but I think most people be like, that guy's mean, he's a jerk, etc., etc. I also knew a guy that had a trading account that did not go well, and he got rid of them. You know what I mean? I grew up on a farm, and my parents moved me to the concrete jungle. Yeah, I just don't understand it. But again, I'm not using the logic because I don't understand it. It is therefore wrong, or it therefore does not make sense. I'm just saying I don't understand it. But like every time I drive through Chicago, the traffic, and I'm just like, and I picture this for any big city. Like if you were to look back at your life and do a calculation, it's got to be in the years, right? How many years of your life did you just sit in traffic? I don't know. To me, I don't understand that trade-off. Like, get me away. But don't move to Iowa. We have terrible traffic here, okay? Iowa traffic makes Chicago, Miami, Los Angeles, Atlanta traffic look like nothing, okay? So do not move to Iowa. Move anywhere else but Iowa because Iowa is garbage, really bad traffic. But in theory, if I could avoid traffic, I would like to avoid traffic. I guess in hindsight, that would have been fine. I was thinking of it. It felt too much like a chase. It was a chase. Iowa has some busy coastal. Yeah. Those cities on the ocean here in Iowa are pretty busy. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't. If you live in a big city, I'm open. Like why? Like how? I'm just trying to think. I don't want to straw man somebody's argument. Their Steelman argument is probably, yeah, Clay, I do spend a lot of time in traffic. However, I have hospitals nearby. I have every single store is always nearby. Any kind of food, and it's like genuine quality of that type of food is very nearby. Heck, Clay, I don't even drive that much. I walk a whole lot of places. Maybe that's the Steelman argument. I don't know. Because I suppose okay, let me rephrase. Maybe not living in Chicago, because from that, but like the suburbs of Chicago, where you're constantly driving around Chicago to go to the suburbs, dude. Like how much of your life is in traffic? It's wild. I just don't understand. Again, that doesn't mean that it's wrong or anything like that. My mind, those brain cells are not there for me. Well, I don't know about crime in the suburbs of Chicago and I just use Chicago because when we go back to visit Ohio or Michigan from Iowa, Chicago is You can't. You have to go around it. Jaw, you are right. I've spent years in traffic. Well, sorry to hear that, Jaws. Yeah, that's again where I live in Iowa. I mean, I really do think it's like I personally think I did pretty well in location because we are close. Not that Des Moines even has bad traffic, but we are like 45, 50 minutes away from Des Moines. But still, well, our city has like a little miniature like hospital thing. But like, yeah, I think I'm currently in Orlando right now, and I don't want to move here anymore. And I don't want to move here anymore. Okay, I think you have a typo in there somewhere. I live off grid in the middle of the mountains. Yeah, that again. This probably makes me like a little wimpy city boy. Fair enough, but that was we as my wife and I quickly ruled out like Idaho, like out west, because it's like dang. To us, both growing up not in this environment, but like to send your kids outside where there's grizzlies and cougars and poisonous snakes. For my wife and I, we're like, man, that's an intense thought. That is an intense thought. But like here in Iowa, I mean, there's it's a pretty docile environment. Same with Michigan, where I grew up, docile. Yeah, northern Michigan has some black bears, but they're black bears. Ohio, like very docile. There's no poisonous snakes. There's no bears. There's no, there's no packs of wolves. You know what I mean? But again, I understand if you grew up out west, if you grew up in the mountains, you were listening to me and being like, what a little sissy. I get it. I understand. But that to me as a parent, I can't wrap my mind around. Yeah, go ahead, kids. Watch out for the wolves, grizzlies, mountain lions, rattlesnakes, poison. Who knows what else is out there, Hey, Benjamin. Yeah, going pretty good. I don't mind an hour of traffic a day. Yeah, and again, maybe so. Daniel, that's fair. I guess maybe a rebuttal would be, well, Clay, that's true. I am in traffic for an hour a day, but I'm listening to podcasts that are helping me in some way. I'm listening to a podcast that's helping me learn about something. So that's how I balance that. So you could kind of twist that against me and say, so in all actuality, Clay, that hour a day that I'm in traffic, that's just an hour of forced education to get better at something else, to learn about something else. That's a good rebuttal. I can see that. That would make sense to me. Okay, maybe a short here. Not maybe, I'm trying to get short. Did I miss it? All right, let's go up a little bit, just in case. So there we go. I'm looking to get short at the red line, so I have about a 9-point stop with slippage. Let's call it about 11 points. If it wants to come back up here. I first got to have it come back up here. We are at the yellow line. Hopefully I didn't miss it. Seven build AB in a couple of hundred minutes. Oh man, Robert, that's rough. Yeah, that's what I don't know. I have torn feelings on the house that we're living in right now in town. When we're done and move out to the homestead, do I sell it or do I turn it into an Airbnb? I kind of feel bad about that. Okay, I'm in. Let me get a couple of targets out there. There we go. Beautiful candle at resistance. I will take this setup every time. Doesn't mean it's going to work out, but I will take it. Could not ask for a better candle at a better location. Again, does not mean it'll work out. But I feel as though I have an edge here. If I can get that first target, I'll move my stop down to break even. Very cool. Keeping the West wild. That's good stuff. Very cool. Oh, okay. Well, this is moving around. There we go. Okay, so this will be a green trade now. Just trying to figure out how big of a green trade. Let's see if this thing wants to reject down some more. Here are my next two targets. But yes, I got my first target hit. My stop loss is now slightly in the green. So this will be a green trade. Just trying to figure out how big of a green trade because I don't know the future. I don't know how far down this thing might want to go. But what I do know is it'll be a green trade. So I like this situation where I know it'll be green. I just don't know how much green. But looking like I'm about to get stopped out and stopped out. Okay, well, I might try again here, by the way. This is still a pretty nice setup. So I'm not opposed to getting short once again. Oil going up. Yeah, it's been grinding up. It has definitely been grinding up. Hey, Johnny. So what version of Johnny do I have right now? Okay, good. Did you keep in the West Wild? Obviously, you don't have to answer it. I know I'm getting a little bit more personal, but are you a single guy? Do you have a wife? Do you have a family, kids that are grown? Like, what's your situation? You are living off grid, out with all sorts of animals that would love to rip your face off. I need your prediction. When do you think the Nasdaq will surpass the Now in terms of money? On June 17th at 3:48 p.m. Amazonian time. Oh, what year? Oh, yeah, no, this year, 2026. Sorry, I thought that was implied, but fair point. I did not say the year. I was so specific and then I left off the year. That's actually well played on your part. Yeah, that's right. Practically married. Our kids are 18. 18 dogs. What do you need 18 dogs for? Like protection or what? How does that work? Taking proper firm test up 88 so far. Oh, prop firm test up. Okay, I think that's what you're saying. A little bit of a maybe. Okay, here we go. Maybe another short here. Yep, I will. If it wants to come back down here, I will try another short. Put my stop. Now, if the price goes up through here, this trade plan is no longer... Okay, I'm in. Come on, brother. Do I just take the scalpy scalp here? I'm taking the scalpy scalp. I'll take the little scalpy scalp. All right, I confess I might have traded the P&L a little bit there. I'm like, ooh, I could have this over 600. Ooh. I hope it dumps, so it just gives me that reminder that I need every few weeks to not even look at the P&L. Please dump. Please dump where I can be like, dang. Dang. Good job, Johnny. Congrats. Do hunt mountain lions, and we also get in rescues. Sled dogs, only reason to have that many. Oh. To hunt mountain lions. Gotcha. Okay. So they're trained dogs too. Cat lady, dog dude, different kinds of cray-cray. No. Dog dudes are like those are like if crap goes down, I want a dog dude. That's, yeah. Maybe they're both crazy, but one crazy is like, I want that. I want that in my life type of thing. We all know that when we are actually in a trade, we do not even... That's the thing, JJ. Again, it's taken me a long time, but like I really do just watch the chart. I really do just watch the chart because looking at the P&L plays too many mind games with me. The mind game that I just had was, oh, look, I can be up over 600. That'll be nice. And I hopped out, and now look at this thing. Think about how much that just cost me. I nailed that trade. That was a great entry. That was a great thought process. That was a great setup. It's playing out right before our very eyes. But notice I shortchanged myself. Why? Because I looked at the P&L and I was like, okay, I just want that to be 600. So a good reminder of why looking at the P&L, for me, plays too many mind games. Well, for anybody that took that short and are like, Clay, I disagree about getting out right now. Power to you and independent thinking. You ever try to wrestle a 3-pound? All right, Johnny. I appreciate the trade plan. Good stuff. Going to try a long at 400. Stop. Yeah, I might join you somewhere around there. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. I mean, MJ's joking around. MJ here, Miss G. MJ, he's a joke arounder. Don't take what he's saying too seriously. Just accidentally unplugged my phone. I might look for a long here off of the. Yep, I will. There's the 21 EMA. Let's see if we can get a move up. I'm in. Just looking for the bounce off the 21 EMA here. That's my favorite country song. That's my new, that is actually, ironically enough, that is like one of my new favorite songs that I heard. That was a terrible scalp. Doggone it. Bush League. Anyways, next one. Anyways, that's my favorite country song. I don't even know who sings it. I heard it on the radio. That's a good song. I like it. I'm still trying to learn the lyrics though. All I know right now is something about the pouring rain. There's like crickets down by the creek or something. Yeah, I thought, again, that was just that very poorly executed. I thought that it was going to kind of give me one of those, so I tried to time it to, but it was just, that was bad. I'm not going to even try to play that off. That was not, yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing I think. I don't know if it's, but with Take Private Trader and now the resets being more expensive for the price of your accounts, to me, Labradabra, that makes a lot of sense. Like, even if it's subconscious, I think you're probably going to be like, wait a second, let's think through this one more time. Is this actually a good idea? I think the reviewing of trade plans, the proofreading, if you will, I think will be higher. Because if you know that you can't just fire up another 150K for 100, it's like, does that maybe slow you down a little bit in a good way? I don't know, but I am certainly, to me, that makes a lot of sense, Labradabra. The prices have definitely impacted my process already. For the better, would you say, Ty? I'm assuming for the better, but that is an assumption on my part. All right, oil getting smacked back down right off of the 200 SMA. There's just such a congestion point. So many. We have the 21 EMA, the 50 SMA, the VWAP, the 200. Ooh, Doxol. Hey, my long movie nice. Did you get filled? $75.98. Now, Johnny, did you give this entry? Oh, you didn't get filled though. You didn't get filled. You said 70. You said 75.98. Unfortunately, brother, it did not go to 75.98. It looks like you were one tick away. Dude, that's cruel. That is cruel. That is wild, dude. Classic example of somebody being right from a broad sense, but not making any money. Because he got the detail wrong by a tick. Dang. What? Oh, man. Well, I'm filled. I mistyped. Oh, here we go. Trust me, bro. I'm actually in at the dead bottom. Trust me, bro. How convenient. I point that out and you're like, oh, well, I mistyped. How convenient. Literally the trade plan I just posted. Yeah, see, Cam, it's crazy. I actually believe you, Johnny. I believe you. Clay, do you ever ladder in orders? Sometimes, but not a lot. Dang. All right. The yellow line gone. So right here is a little tricky because you get these little bit bigger fake. Oh, wow. Dark Soul. Well, this is strange. Oil is also dropping right now. I was expecting to look over at oil and see some green, and I'm really not seeing what I would have expected. A little small green candle on the, well, I guess I can just show you on the 2-minute here. So like a little bit of green, but nothing. Yeah, that's a nasty move there. That's, people are rightfully so feeling pretty good about things, and then just like that. Yeah, I'm not interested in this 21 EMA anymore. Maybe, I'm definitely interested down here at the pink line, the 200 SMA. I don't know if it'll get down there, but I would be interested in right along or right around here for a long. So I guess we'll call it, I don't know, right around 370 for now. Maybe it finds support once again around the 21 EMA, but like I said, for me, too scary. Too scary. Are you really going to bounce from here? I mean, shout out if it does. Shout out. Good job, Bulls. You were stronger than what I was thinking you would be. No, I do not pay anything extra. Again, I'm talking through the lens of Take Profit Trader as the prop firm because that's who I use. But no, it's all baked into the cost. So yeah, it's free, but I mean it's not free, right? Because it's like free shipping. Well, no, they're just baking in the cost of shipping and then calling it free shipping. So yeah, like at the 50K for the 119, that gives you live data and all this other stuff. The cool thing though is this. After you pass Take Profit Trader and go from the test phase to the pro phase, The monthly fee goes away. There are no more expenses, but you still get live data. So like in theory, you could get live data because you pass an account and then you get a pro account and you have live data, and then you could just milk that account. Like I'm not even going to try to I'm not going to try to do anything with this account other than I just want to keep it alive so that I have a constant flow of live data now at no extra charge. So yeah, again, that's unique to Take Profit Trader. Other prop firms maybe do it differently. I don't know. Hey, Giovanni. That is one long name. Giovanni, Art Preste, Franco 80. Wow. That might be the longest name I've ever seen. 400 is my stop loss. Been it for you've been it for over an hour. I just cracked a walnut. They pay your NQ subscription for you. Yeah, there are no more on Take Profit Trader. Once you pass the test phase and move into your pro account, there are no more monthly fees. Like it's just there's a lot of good stuff going on with Take Profit Trader. It's like those hidden things. And I'm not going to get into the weeds. Some of you will probably already know. But one prop firm was talking trash about Take Profit Trader yesterday, kind of poking fun. But like what this one prop firm left out and everything was like, well, how come in your little comparison chart you don't have commissions anywhere? Because your commissions, I think, are like 300% more than Take Profit Traders. Nah, I mean, I get why, right? I mean, well, I don't want to leave that out because Take Profit Trader actually crushes us in that regard. An API? What's an API? To be fair, though, to all prop firms across the board, maybe for you, if you're making like 2 trades a day because you're a sway trader and you hold for hours on end, you might not even care about commissions. Hey, Andy the Greek, thank you. Very kind of you, sir. Okay. I didn't mean it in that way. Application programming interface. Okay, my problem remains the same. I don't know what an application programming interface is. Oh, I see. I don't know. If they do, I don't use it. Yeah, I know Take Profit Trader has the lowest commissions. I always thought commissions were the same across the board on prop firms, but they're not. So for an instance, if you like to trade micros, some of these prop firms, you like to do a lot of micro day trading, I would say some of these prop firms might be an issue for you because of their commission structure. But with Take Profit Trader, and given how low they are, yeah, I don't even care about it. Whoa, hey, somebody had a shot. What was that? All I know is it got me speaking another language. Is this news? What time is it? 12:31. Okay, we're dancing. I don't know. I'm not willing to say that it's news quite yet. If it is news, I'm guessing right now just a minor tweet. There's a minor tweet somewhere that it's going to be showing up here any moment now. Because the chart always beats Twitter. Again, Daniel, Take Profit Trader does not have the consistency rule. I really wish people would just listen to me once in a while. Take Profit Trader, no consistency rule, no scaling rule, no scalping rule, very cheap commissions. Once you pass, no more monthly fees. Okay, I don't know what that was then. Maybe that was just an intern. An intern at one of the big banks actually had a typo. Well, then again, no, I take that back. Oil's down. Okay. All right, there we go. A political understanding that has been reached between, but has yet been finalized. Listen, I've said this since basically the get-go, and it continues on through. Someday, when people ask, hey, Clay, did you trade during all that Iran stuff and Trump is president? I will say yes. That was the equivalent of like the Jerry. We are in a Jerry Springer market. Maybe I'm revealing my age with that. I probably am. But for us older folks, you know what I mean by the past 2 months now have just been from a market standpoint. It's just we are trading in the Jerry Springer show right now. with the invention of social media and how that just amplifies all the drama, like we are in the middle of a Jerry Springer show. And I hope it never changes. I'd prefer it to maybe change a little bit. I guess it depends. If I'm hearing the account liquidation sound, I'm like, I really wish this would change. But if I'm looking at payouts, I'm probably like, hey, I hope this never changes. So that's probably a matter of what noises am I hearing? Account liquidation noises or the noise of that cheddar hitting my bank account? You are not the fight. Yeah, exactly. Real Housewives of just the world. Yes, Take Profit Trader does not have the consistency rule. They have something they call it, but it's not. And I try to tell them, you've got to start to call it something different because you're making people think that it's something that it's not. But no, they don't have it. There is no consistency rule. The thing that you're thinking of, Aaron, no, they don't have that consistency rule. Their consistency rule is simply this, only during the test phase. Whatever the target is to pass, so for the 50K account, you've got to make 3,000. Their consistency rule is you can't make more than 50% of this in a single day. So in other words, during the test phase, you're only allowed to make $1,500. They're just doing this so people don't YOLO, get lucky, and then pass in like one trade. But after you pass, there's literally zero consistency rule at all. Make as much as you want. But during the test phase, yes, with Take Profit Trader, their 50% consistency rule, again, terrible name for it, is just you cannot make more than whatever your goal is. So on the 100K, you cannot make more than 3,000 in a single day. Right? On the 25K, you cannot make more than $750 in a single day. But once again, after you pass, get your pro account, make as much as you want. Yeah, throttle. Again, whatever they should. They did not take my advice. Maybe one day. Maybe you guys just got to use code Claymore. I don't know, but I guess I'm not a big enough whatever over there for them to yield it. But I try to tell them like, hey, I would rename that consistency rule because it's confusing people negatively against you. Thank you, Aaron. Well, if you want to help support the stream, code Clay, all caps, with Take Profit Trader. That'll get you the current promotion. So appreciate you considering doing that, Aaron, using code Clay. Clay, do you use the 21 EMA? No, I don't adjust indicators. Like I use these indicators no matter what's going on. Thank you. Hey, Charles, I appreciate that. I'm going to nitpick your message, but because it matters, technically it's code all caps Clay. Because a lot of the prop firms are case sensitive. So, yes. Thank you, Charles. And I don't mean to nitpick, but unfortunately their software is making me nitpick. Code Clay, all caps, is technically the code. I was getting absolutely decimated Wednesday and Thursday, like getting nothing. Yeah, if you're getting those bounces. Yeah, but again, days till payout is still the $1 million rule. Well, how many days is it until you're eligible for a payout with Take Profit Trader if things go perfectly well? 6. A lot of other prop firms, sure you can pass in one day, but until you're eligible for an actual payout, might be day 8 or 9. So at the end of the day, whoa, hey, we got some more movement here. You guys saw it. Am I about to get stupid and go long here because I think we're going to get another push upwards? I am going to get stupid, but I'm going to be smart about being stupid and only do it with one MNQ. Okay, I'm in. I'm being stupid, but I'm being smart about being stupid via position size and contract type. I'm doing one MNQ because I know I'm being stupid, but I'm being smart. I think. I think that logically makes sense. I don't know. I re-entered at 34.11, no stop. Well, Jay Keith, you're in a prop firm, right? Are you in a prop firm? Let's start there before I potentially lose my mind. Okay, well then your stop is actually whatever you spend on the account. So it's not nearly as bad as what it sounds like. Now, if you're like, no, man, I'm using my own funds and I loaded up with $3,000. If you loaded up your own funds in an account of $3,000 and you're telling me you're hopping in with no stop loss, that is where I'm going to lose my mind. Because you literally have potentially $3,000 at risk. But not so here. Again, the power of prop firms. And when you look at them a certain way, ultimately the stop is just whatever you bought the account for. So if you buy an account for $100, that's truly what your stop is, right? Because that's what's threat of coming out of your pocket. Well, be careful, Keith, especially if you're in payout territory. Don't give those gains away because you went into baboon mode and now didn't have a stop. I will hit the... Okay. Well, so you do have a stop in, you dented baboon. That's called a mental stop. Goodness. So you should have said this. I'm in here, mental stop. That's what you should have said. Come on, brother. Push. Dang, oil's still dropping down. Woo! I love it. I love it. This should be music. I mean, assuming you're not long right here. I mean, this is literally impacting our real lives in so many ways. Clay, I drive a Tesla. I don't have to care about gas prices. Yes, but oil affects way more than just gas prices. Until Tesla creates some tractors, I assure you, food prices care about oil prices. I just like the way the NQ moves. I don't have anything against MES. I mean, it's a plenty liquid market, great volume. I just like the way MNQ moves. So there's my stop. This will be a green trade. Let's see how much this thing might want to cook. Why did I only do one MNQ? What an idiot. Why didn't I just go full-blown baboon mode? Do it, Cam. Do it. Cam's either about to get crushed or have another winning trade. But yeah, man. Start buying. Double bottom. A very legit possibility here. Oil at double bottom territory. Toy dinosaurs are made from plastic. Plastic is made from oil. Oil is made from fossils. So the toy dinosaurs are made with real dinosaurs. That may be the best logic I've ever seen. It's crazy. I've never thought about that. I'm disappointed in myself. How have I not made that connection? Are we sure that's where oil actually comes from, though? Or is that what they want us to think? Because they want us to think that oil is in limited supply. Therefore, prices can be higher. So yeah, actually, I'm going to push back. I don't know if I actually believe that. Again, I remember being a kid, and like it was always like, hey, we're going to run out of... What happens when oil runs out? All right, give me a 1 real quick. Give me a 1 if you remember being a kid, and like you just remember, because as a kid, you're not totally paying attention to it. But give me a 1 if you remember this kind of general idea, like oil. What are we going to do when oil runs out? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but now that I think about it, we never hear that anymore. Has anybody ever heard about oil's going to run out? Now it seems like the argument for renewable energy, it's just oil's bad for the environment. But like the whole premise of it's about to run out seems to be gone. So, yeah. So anyways, back to the are toys made from dinosaurs. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that oil actually came from like fossil fuels. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I was just a glimmer in my father's eyes in the 70s. Not true. Okay. Once more, feedback for all of you here. If you want to be the best possible participant of a live stream chat, be specific in your answers, because I understand you hear something, so then you automatically start replying. But what you hear, I said like 5 seconds ago. And in those 5 seconds, I probably said a bunch of other stuff. So when you just say words like it, yes, they, that, or you, like base it says not true, I don't know what you're talking about. What is not true? So if you would just say such and such thing is not true, then that's like full context, and I know exactly what you're replying to. So there's a little helpful hint. If you want to be appreciated by any live stream you're on, don't speak vaguely, because in their world, it doesn't make any sense, because what you're replying to, they said 5 seconds ago. Agreed, JP. I agree. Homie's got short-term memory loss. Yeah, in a sense I do. Because homie is also a blabbermouth. So when you're replying to something, like I said 5 seconds ago, because I'm a blabbermouth, I've said like 18 different new things. So of those 18 different new things, I don't know which one you're referring to. No, hey, it's a form of memory loss. It is I'll wear that. Again, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is like, how funny is it? Like, Reward was just trying to be funny, and then we spiral into this conversation. But that just seems like, it just dawned on me, like, I don't ever hear that anymore. As a kid, I could have sworn oil is going to disappear. Oil's going to disappear. Oil's limited. Oil's limited. And now it's not that. It's more so just oil is bad for the ozone, so we have to go to, like, renewables. Trauma from all the dents. No, oil does not come from dinosaurs. Microscopic matter. Oil comes from billions of microscopic plankton and algae, not large animals. Okay, so Base Hits is getting spicy. He's getting spicy. He's just flat out saying it does not come from dinosaurs. Base Hits just went against my childhood and what I think I remember hearing about in science class. Okay, have at it. I think Base Hits, he seems like a man prepared to defend his claims. All right, I'm going to adjust this up to here now. I would be interested in a short now, right up here around 445. I think I've either taken, I can't remember now, 2 or 3, maybe just 2 shorts. I don't remember. But so far, this lineup here has treated me well. If you just make more of a lean towards, yeah, yeah. You guys sound way more educated on it than I do. Like I said, I just started to shoot from the hip after Reward's kind of funny comment. But sounds like some of you, which I like a passionate person. Sounds like some of you are just, I don't see any name calling. That's good. So just keep it. Just keep it adult-like, brothers and sisters and furries. Well, day one is good, up around 450. Good job, Charles. What were you trading? NQ, I'm NQ. Agreed, low dots. I agree. I do find it a little suspicious that civilizations around the world all have pictures of these things called dragons. That is interesting to me. Oh, by the way, I still do believe we live with dinosaurs right now. I'm sorry. But how can you look at a Nile crocodile that's 18 foot long and be like, no, that's not a dinosaur? How can you look at a great white shark and be like, no, that's not a dinosaur? Maybe a spicy take, but I contend we still have dinosaurs among us. That's my spicy take. I don't know how you can look at a Nile crocodile and be like, that's not a dinosaur. Descendants, now we're just playing semantics. Yeah, we just decided to call them all what? Those they're amphibians, right? Or are they reptiles? Okay, yeah, no, reptiles. Like we just decided to say, okay, yeah, instead of calling these things dinosaurs, let's call them reptiles. I don't know. Why not trade on S&P 500? Oh, S&P 500 is garbage. Like SPY or SPY options is just mathematically garbage. It's way more efficient to day trade futures. So like the ES, for example, that'd be the futures contract of the S&P. And then to day trade the futures contracts through a prop firm. The math, especially from a risk management standpoint, SIRF makes way more sense. Okay, fine. I understand that. Okay, maybe a great white. You're like, oh well, no, a great white is blah blah blah. So I was just saying, a great white would like, I don't know. That just reminds me of something that could have been in the waters way back in the day. But I do find it very interesting that whatever civilization you're at, anywhere in the world, has drawings of dragons. I don't know. Interesting. There's still a shark swinging around that is over 800 years old. Is that true? I mean, I don't have any reason to not believe it because it's coming from Okoro. He doesn't. No, nope. I will never watch Jaws again. I will never show my kids Jaws. That's a scarring movie. No, it's not. No, it's not lower risk. Well, it depends how you want to define it. But like as a day trader, low frequency fluctuations, not really what I think most day traders are looking for. Because that's hard to make money day trading with low frequency fluctuations. So maybe it's easier to trade in the sense of like you can kind of think more clearly because things aren't all over the place. But like low frequency movements, that's kind of like why Forex. In Forex, you have to load up with leverage because the thing barely moves. So in order to make those small movements of a pip make something worthwhile, that's where like the 500 to 1 leverage comes into play. So then all of a sudden, that's what makes Forex actually risky because you have huge leverage. Okay, I'm not even sure Sir F is a real person. They seem to just be copy and pasting the same things over and over again. You all see unicorns in most societies. Why? Isn't a unicorn just a horse with one horn? To me, I mean... Now, if we're defining a unicorn as like some magical thing that's jumping over rainbows and fairies are riding on the back of it and the thing is farting out Skittles, okay, I'm not sure. I would have a hard time believing that is the definition or that unicorn existed. But if we're just saying like an animal with one horn, to me, that's not that hard to believe. Well, yeah, and if you saw it on a Skittles commercial, then yes, that means it's for sure true. Clay, you've been funny today. Dude, I'm funny every day, brother. That's true. I didn't think about that. Rhinos, maybe the unicorn's just a rhino. Hey, I never even thought that. Fair point. I give Red Bulls because it gives you wings. You're drinking a lot of Red Bull. I can believe that. You were pounding a lot of Red Bull. That stuff is so... By the way, okay, I won't go on. I won't go into dad mode with that stuff. But man, that stuff is so bad for you. Sound like Clay likes a good jackalope. What's a jackalope? I don't know what that is, low dots. No, I mean, energy drinks are, I mean, by I think any qualifiable metric, like basically poison. Poison that gives you more energy. Like, don't get me wrong. I love me a good donut. I love me a can of pop from time to time. But I do actually, I do draw my line at energy drinks. That stuff is like, whoa. Google it. See, that's what I mean. Google it. Google what? Google what? We are talking about unicorns farting Skittles. We're talking about trading. We're talking about dinosaurs. We're talking about what's going on with oil. We're talking about like 18,000 things right now. And you say Google it. That's what I mean. The more specific you can be to a live streamer, they appreciate it. Poison is more popular than things that are good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I am actually interested in a long right here. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. I am... No! You dirty... All right. Oh, come on. Somebody give me an energy drink. What was that? Just, I'd rather... You guys saw it? Hey, no trust me, bro, horror story there. You saw that play out right before your very eyes. Google jackalope, you dent. I'm in the middle of a live stream, you dented baboon. Good grief. I am still trying to trade. Like, I do have my limits. I'm not going to start to go Google every random thing that people say. Yeah, that was annoying. It was a unicorn. It was the unicorn that got, it was the jackalope that I'm supposed to, I guess, be Googling right now instead of trading and trying to talk about trading every now and then. Jackalope is a rabbit with antlers. Okay. What is hard to believe about what is hard to believe that at some point a rabbit may have had antlers? I mean, there are crazy looking animals out there. Like, I don't know. That's like me saying, oh, like, let's fast forward. I don't know. Let's fast forward 1,000 years. Oh, so you're telling me you believe in this thing called a giraffe? Well, what's a giraffe? What was this animal with a super long, goofy looking neck and a small little head? Right? Like, we have all kinds of crazy looking animals. What's so crazy about thinking that a rabbit could have had antlers? I like, yeah, Toy 68. Nothing to see here. Economy's fine. We continue regular, scheduled program, bull market. Yes. Nothing to see here. We're just talking unicorns, just buying because stuff only goes up. I'm saying Santa Claus is real as well. I mean, is there any logical contradictions about Santa Claus? I think, I haven't thought through this, but logically speaking, I think Santa Claus could exist. I think. I have not thought through it, but I think logically he could exist. Like, there's Like married bachelors do not exist, right? You can never say that a married bachelor existed or exists, right? Because that's a violation of the laws of logic, specifically the law of non-contradiction. But like, are there any contradictions within Santa Claus? I don't know. I haven't thought through it. But yeah, like you are like square circles. Hey man, square circles used to exist. No, square circles, they don't exist. They never will exist. The only way they will exist is if you redefine terms. Right, but I don't know. Are there any logical errors with Santa Claus? Base hits. No, I'm saying it's possible. I have not thought through it though. Does Santa have any logical contradictions within his framework? Right, James. That's my point. The only way you can make a married bachelor exist is if you redefine terms. Just like a square circle. By the way, if you ever want it, I don't know if this was mean on my part or not, but I said, hey kids, $100 to any of you that can draw me a square circle. They tried. The closest I got was a square inside of a circle. I said, no, that's not a square circle. That's a square inside of a circle. There's no way he can fit down chimneys. He could shrink himself. What happens if you had a really big chimney? It could be a square identifying as a circle. Well, no, that doesn't do anything. That would just be the square being disillusioned. Because you just said in your very premise, if a square is identifying as something else, it doesn't matter. They're a square per your own premise. Like if a married guy identifies as single, hopefully you all see the contradiction there. It was like our conversation a little while ago when the guy said a mental stop loss is not a stop loss. It's like you literally just called it a stop loss, my friend. Bigfoot real. Yeah, I mean, logically, Bigfoot I think is logically possible. I don't think I've seen any evidence that makes me think it's real, but logically I think Bigfoot, same with Santa, right? I think Santa is logically possible, but I can't say I've seen any evidence that would make me believe that he's actually possible. But yeah, square circles, per definition, without redefining things, square circles have never existed, do not exist, and will never exist. Same with a married bachelor. Try looking that up. What is that? My finger does not equal a stop loss because it's dependent on my own discipline. What is dependent on your own discipline? Again, if you just want to say, no, there's no such thing as a mental stop loss, the only type of stop loss is one you lock in the system, okay, that's fine. I would disagree. I would say, well, no, I do believe in hard stops, right? A hard stop is one that you literally lock in the system. But I think there are other types of stop losses, the mental. Hey, well, good. I'm glad you're finding Elgene. No, Jay Keith, that's funny. The one guy, I mean, he was trying to twist and turn and he was trying to do mental gymnastics to get out from saying a mental stop loss is not a stop loss. I would need a bath and clean underwear if I saw a real Santa. A real Santa? So you're saying there are multiple Santas then? Wait, so apparently you cannot just manually stop out. Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that one. Is that might have been where they're like, so I had a manual stop, a mental stop, I should say, and I clicked and I got out. And then somebody was like, why didn't you have a stop loss in? I'm like, well, I mean, I just stopped out. So by definition, didn't I have a stop? So anyways, yeah, that was funny. Hey, thanks, Steve. I mean, Southpaw, I mean, he's throwing out some things that could probably keep a discussion going for hours. Long 385. Stop. I thought this thing is about trading. It is, but it's Friday. The market's not moving a whole lot. I try to get long right here. Now, for the record, and if you don't believe me, that's fine. You can just scroll back and look. But I was seriously trying to buy right there, and it got like, it must have been like within a tick. Now, I'm not saying how to play that perfectly, but man, that's still kind of irritating. I'm going to try again. I will try again. Do you ever try to catch a news event? What does that mean? Are you trying to reframe? Do I ever just take a degenerate gamble and buy before noosing and then cross my fingers and start doing rain dances? Maybe you mean something else, but in my mind, it sounds like you just try to reframe and soften. Do you ever degenerate gamble on a news event? That's what it's. I could be wrong, though. What do you mean try to catch a news event? Trump is about to speak on Iran. Right. So what do you mean? Are you saying, well, I think it'll be good, so I'm just going to hop in and then cross my fingers? Is that what you mean by try to catch a news event? Again, I'm just trying to understand what you actually mean by catch a news event. Because right now, I am taking that as like a degenerate gamble, but maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm not I could be misunderstanding what you're saying. Okay, maybe. Oh, I don't like that long now. That's like, this is one of my, I like to go short, but I can't go short either because we have this potential bounce point. Clay, this is the good Johnny. Yeah, yeah. Johnny. It's been a rough week for the name Johnny around these parts. No, I have targets on both sides if it moves fast either way. So, like, you can't lose? Is that what you're saying? I have targets on both sides if it moves fast either way. Or one of these targets you're saying a stop loss. it is less degenerate. But to understand, it is still degenerate. It's less degenerate, but it is still degenerate. Is that, I don't want to misrepresent your position keeping the West Wild, but that's what it sounds like you're saying. You are conceding that it is degenerate, which is my point the entire time, that it is degenerate. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, no, I don't take gambles on news like that too often. But again, within the landscape and the structure of prop firms, Brian, I don't have any problem with it. Because at the end of the day, if you're whatever you want to call it doesn't work out, hey, your ultimate stop loss is whatever you paid for the account. So that's what comes out of your pocket. It is what it is. Were craters made by falling rocks or fallen angels? Now, have you heard that one? Or did you just Google like spicy like? Well, again, try to get long there, and this time it didn't quite go down far enough. You've heard it. Interesting. I have not heard that one. I am drinking coffee. Black. Order book just thinned out. Oompa loompa doopity doo. Trump's. What do you call a person who's crying? That'd be, no. That'd be, yeah, no. My skill's not that good. So when is he supposed to speak? I'm sorry if one of you already told me the time. But Trump is supposed to speak. Okay, fine. Did one of you tell me why? Dude, one of my mustache things is poking up my nose. I'm gonna have to take a quick break to like figure out which one it is and snip it. It's driving me nuts. Who knew having a beard would be so just like those little annoyances? Oh, 3:30? Oh, we got a long time then. You're on your fourth cup of coffee? I can't scalp, there is no volume. Well, what are you, some kind of hedge fund? What kind of positions are you taking? Like, I understand if you're a hedge fund, you're like, I need 500 contracts. That might be a little sketchy, but dang. He's meeting cabinet on Iran deal, waiting for him to come to podium. Okay, so somebody said 3:30. I wash my hair with egg yolk? Dude, it's back. What is that? Is that a note? Okay, I'll be right back. I got to get this nose hair. Got him, coach. Got it. Dude, you should have seen this thing. It was like that long. I mean, I'm lying a little bit, but man, that one thing was sticking out and it was getting up my nostril, driving me nuts. It's gone now. I got out the chainsaw. Yeah, I don't. Maybe by volume you meant like actual movement, but like there is plenty of volume here for like us mere mortals to move in and out of the market. Not to mention if you're on a prop account anyways. Good question, Daniel. So let me ask you this: within your options trading, what tool do you use to make your decisions? In other words, are you looking at the chart in order to make your decisions of whether you want to buy a call or put or whatever? Hey, Cranky Bits. Below 30,300, can you go short? I don't. Can you? I don't know. Do you have a prop account? Do you have an account? That is what's going to be required in order for you to go short. So no, if you do not have a futures account, then you will not be able to go short. You won't be able to go long either. I have an account. Well, then yeah, you can go short. Well, I think you can go short. I don't know why wouldn't you be able to go short. Not prop account. Uh-oh. You were playing with five. Okay. Are you being serious right now? Yep, just the chart. Okay, perfect. Well then, Daniel, your choice to learn technical analysis, whenever that was a very smart choice, because if you already use charts, which you do, you are 97% of the way there to trading futures, because futures is just charts. The final 3% is just understanding how points work, but that's very easy. Futures move in points. Each point is worth a certain dollar value, so that's just where the profits and losses add up. But yeah, there you go. Like, yes. If you're like, no, I don't even know charts. It's like, okay, now you have a long journey, but that's a long journey no matter what you're trading, because you have to first learn charts. But given you already use charts, hey, That is the power of charts. I think he's trolling. Dude is using his own funds and then asking should he go short at a spot. Like, I think he's just trying to rage bait me. Yeah, you serious, Clark? Okay, dear. Huh? Listen, I'll just, because I would hate to have it where you're being serious, but let me put it this way. Stop right now. If you have, I don't know how much you have in this futures account, but if you are asking me whether or not you should do something, that tells me you don't know what you're doing. And that's okay. That is okay. We all start off in that spot. But like, you should not be trading futures, let alone futures with your own money if you don't know what you're doing, because futures are no joke. No, Brandon, I started off, I don't remember what I started off with. I can't remember if I started, but no. To answer your question, I did not. I made some of it this morning with my private community. I have lost a lot recently. Well, that's my point. Please just stop right now before you lose it all. Clay, do you teach how to read candlesticks? I do, yes. Skinzo. My mentorship starts off assuming you know nothing, and then it builds from there. What do you think about simulators on paper accounts? Well, at the end of the day, a simulator, or I should say, like paper trading with zero skin in the game is worthless. Because trading is actually not about your ability to read a chart. It's about your ability to manage the voices in your head. And there are no voices that show up if you don't have any skin in the game, which is why I love prop firms, because you don't have a whole lot of money on the line. But that is still some skin in the game, which means the voices still do show up, and you can begin to learn how to manage and deal with the voices. There's a reason why people are like, man, I was crushing it in my demo account. And then I tried with some skin in the game, and it's like, yeah, because there were no voices. This guy's crazy. What is he talking about, voice in your head? I get it. It sounds crazy, but go ahead. Put some real money in the market. Put some skin in the game. Doesn't have to be a lot. You're going to notice voices show up. Yes, yeah. Hey, Laura, I remember that name. It is, yes, Code Clay. Again, to nitpick, it's got to be all caps, all Clay, but yes, Code Clay still exists, still gives you the discounts, all that good stuff. There are two types of traders out there. Those that have voices in their head and liars, okay? Those are the two types of traders. Trading is about, I don't care how cool your system is, I don't care how great you are at identifying supports, resistance, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, if you can't deal with the voices, it ain't going to work out. You are not taking any fresh position. I'm watching right now. I'm watching. I'm waiting for a position. I like this voice analogy. I mean, I'm committing a logical fallacy here. I mean, I've been trading now for 20 years. I've worked with many traders. Now, just because I've been doing something for a long time does not therefore make it true. But what I'm just trying to say is I've come across many people, myself included, and that's my theory, at least, on why I've heard so many times now, man, I was crushing it on my paper trading. I was crushing it in the demo. And then I put some of my own skin in the game, and it, like, everything changed. Yeah, because the voices showed up. At this point, am I looking too long or short? I don't know. I don't know. I am undecided. We have this sideways channel here, and it's just like, okay, maybe a long down there. Do we get another bounce? But so yeah. Okay, Kawal. I'm not gonna give you my thoughts at all, brother. Because that would be me assisting you in doing degeneracy. I don't want to take any part in helping you be a degenerate. You're being assuming you're not rage baiting or lying. You're at the epitome of degeneracy right now. You don't know what you're doing. And And I know that because you're asking me all this stuff and you're trading futures with your own funds. Like, at least do futures in a prop firm. It would still be degeneracy. It would just be less of it because at least you're not at threat of losing potentially all of your money. Kyle, that's good. Yeah, James, you do all sorts of stuff when there's no voices. Yeah, it's easy to let a winner win when you have no skin in the game because you don't have the voice showing up saying this could turn into a loser, you know. And if it turns into a loser, you actually lose some of your money. Like, that voice doesn't exist. Because you really don't care. Like, who cares if it turns around? Because there's no real money here anyways. Less amount money at risk, but same level of degeneracy. Again, yes, if you're going to be a degenerate, Max, at least do it through don't be a degenerate at all would be my position. But if you insist on being a degenerate, at least do it through a prop firm. Today is Friday. It could close at high or low of the day. That seems like any day. What if the price breaks the box you draw are trading? I don't know. It's not quite that black and white. Like, there are various angles that are being considered. So maybe Jackson or Joseph or Jackson, maybe. Yeah. I personally think that the hardest thing in trading is not honoring a stop loss. That is hard. Don't get me wrong. It is hard. But I think letting a winner win is even harder, the hardest for me. Not cutting the win too soon. Letting the thing just cook. I think that is actually harder than honoring a stop loss. But granted, honoring a stop loss is hard. All right. Am I really going to try the long here? I got wiggle room. All right, I'm going to give it a try. Okay, I'm long. Let's get the bounce. Okay. I think I lost a little bit there. I'm happy to just get out with a small loss on that one. That did that went to 50-50 mode. Oh, somebody said that. That's why you do it, boys and girls. Just take the small loss, because you never know when a nut cruncher is right around the corners. Woo-wee! That got, wow. That's traders why all traders should have this at their desk. The loins win again. Listen to your loins when they're calling to you. Wow. See, that's why I love the live stream. Yes, the live stream sometimes makes me look like a total moron. Because I do. I have my moron moments. But like, nobody would believe me if I had told that story. Sure, Clay. Sure, you got out by the skin of your teeth. But hey, right there, you just saw it. A 2-minute lag? How are you 2 minutes behind? Where do you live? You're telling me that I'm not going to get an answer to this question until 2 minutes from now? Where do you live where the lag is 2 minutes? It's taking the fishy order. Who is this guy? Okay, so this is a troll, right? We have confirmation this guy's a troll. 1 minute he doesn't know what's going on, and then I think he's just a rage. Like, what's going on here? This guy's a troll, right? He's from 2008. Goodness. Wow. Did it bounce right? No, stop. Did it really bounce right off there? Let's see. Oh my goodness. I wasn't even looking. I was just looking at these ones. All right. So, okay, maybe along here. Maybe along here. It's bounced off this area before. I think I need to reduce size, though. Because this is getting a little sketchy. No, I did not. I've never gotten to the competition thing. You are so funny. Well, that depends on who you ask. But thank you. I'm glad you find me funny. Okay, I'm long. Just three. Just three. Come on. Okay, took one out. Could still be a losing trade. But I put a little green in my pocket and reduce position size. Come on, pop. Get up there. Make me speak another language. Make me speak another language. Okay. So this last one, I'll just let cook now. So stop is in green territory. So let's see how high this one wants to go. I'm in Europe, Estonia. Your stream has always been 2 minutes behind. Are you serious? Whoa! Hey, there we go. All right, so now my risk is I make 7 points. Risk, make 7 points, reward unknown, because I don't know how high up this might want to go. I wean again? Huh? You're weaning? Do you ever add... Hey, yo, how do you not know the answer to that, brother? Come on now. Dude, I recognize your name. You are not new around here. How do you not know? Come on, brother. Brother. Mark, dude, I've had, I think, 2 100-point winners now. I for sure had one. I think it was 150 point. Come on, Mark. You know that you were here for the 150-pointer. Yeah, yeah. Whoa! Am I about to get short here? I think so. Or I'm either about to get suckered in, or this is going to be a great short. But I'm short. There you go, brother! Oh, is that seriously all the breakdown you're going to give me? If this thing comes all the way back up, then more power to you. Yeah, you forgot. I'm pretty sure you were here, Mark. I could have sworn you were one of the guys that congratulated me. Big wick, yes. This was a big bounce that just got crushed. Hence me thinking, okay, let me join the crushage. But as of now, yeah, I could add a scalpy scalp. Don't get me wrong. Elgo liquidity. Okay, okay. What's up next? Are we talking Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? Wait, is Trump talking right now? Is that what? Yeah, alien, yeah. Oh, Trump is talking. Can we get confirmation Trump is talking right now? Yeah, the minimum with who I am using right now would be 105. I'd take Rapid Trader, who, again, especially given you're a beginner to the space, I'd go take Rapid Trader. So $105 gets you 25K in purchasing power. He is not yet. Okay. I am starting to get a little worried. This candle here had me thought that they were going to get more continuation. Now all of a sudden it just leveled out here at these lows. So, yeah. Come on, brother. Hey, congrats, Heyo. I assume you're copy trading? Come on down. Come on. I should have. I needed to take one out there. Again, this is like very 50-50 to me right now. I mean, it could still go, but... All right, I'm out. It seems like one bad trade and your account is gone. Well, no, I mean, you still got to have discipline. Like, manage your risk. Well, I mean, one bad trade, that applies to anything. Like, no matter what you're trading, whether that's stocks, options, forex, crypto, one bad trade, and yeah, I mean, by definition, that's kind of what makes it a bad trade, isn't it? Looking at my chart, this could hit 30,300. Yeah, that is the lows from earlier. Yeah, well, this candle here, it definitely did sucker me in. To think that we were up here and then it came all the way down. Again, I did have a little chance at a scalpy scalp, but I thought we were going to get maybe another leg down, but nope, did not happen. Again, Daniel, if I were you, I'd get the Take Profit Trader account and I'd start with one MNQ, just one. And then just get a feel for it, how it moves, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I'm getting a feel. Then go up to 2 MNQ. Why would you short the pack? I know. I disrespect the Pakistani pivot point, and it slacked me. Yes, MNQ. That is the contract. No, not the MMQ. The MNQ. This. MNQ. That is a type of contract. And that's what makes that's one of the big drivers of why I say we are in the golden age of day trading. Whoever's thought it was to create micros, brilliant, game-changing invention. Can you imagine telling a beginner, yeah, go trade NQ? No. But now that you can tell someone to go try MNQ, such a big difference. All right, have a good one, TA. I don't know the most I've made in one trade. I don't know. Who cares? Focus on your habits, folks. Everybody's too much focused on the money, making money. Focus on controlling the risk, taking what the market gives. But I'm just curious. Yeah, but your curiosity is giving me insight into where you're placing your priorities. Okay, Clay, tell me about the time you manage risk the best. I never get that one. That's weird. Clay, tell me a great risk management story. I never get those. You know what I get though a lot though is Clay. Tell me about the biggest winner, brother. Clay, tell me about the time you trailed the stop the hardest. Dang. Okay, I'm actually thinking about a long here. Again, this yellow line continues to hold. Okay, I'm going long if it comes back. Whoa, somebody has shot. What is going on? I'm telling everybody, if you do not have this at your desk this afternoon, this is required. So this is essentially just go. I mean, Daniel, it can be a variety of things. Some people will hold a futures position for 6 hours a day. That's not me. I'm telling you, the world is your oyster. This is what I try to do with options. Well, then here you go. So you're a scalper of options. That's kind of the world I came from. I used to also scalp options. So yes. Oh, look at this big. I would rather see bigger volume here, but. Ooh, this is an interesting candle. Is this finally the fake break here? Maybe. Let's see how this candle forms. So this candle is going to move around for another 40 seconds. And then let's see what the candle looks like when time expires. Dude, what is, I mean, so much new language producing moments here. And don't even judge me. Be like, this guy's weird. He speaks. Stop. Stop acting like you don't speak another language when the price just goes haywire out of nowhere. I can't do long trades personally. Nothing like cracking them walnuts. Oh, long as in duration. I thought you meant like long as in buying long. Yeah, I was hoping for a better looking candle than this. I'm still open to it. I literally just left. Good, James, because you got a sense of humor. Bless your heart, James. James is my buddy. Me and James, we're going to the skate park after this. New to U.S. markets, I trade nifty options. Well, if you want to move into trading the U.S. markets, then in my mind, I think the best way to day trade is futures through a prop firm. And you said you're in India. So the good news is the prop firm that I'm using, which is at the top of the screen there, they are open to people in India. So if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, which is day trading futures in the United States through a prop firm, which is a very smart way to go about it risk control wise, check out that link at the top of the screen, code Clay, because they are actually open to people in India. Thank you, Cigar. I have low capital. Well, like I said, if you have low capital, then prop firms is a good place to be. Again, I think I could get the fundamentals down pretty quick. It's charts. It's charts. The only fundamental is how points work. So, for example, on the NQ, 1 point is worth $20 per contract. So if you have one contract and it moves 5 points, well, you had 5 points and each is worth $20. So 5 times 20 means you make $100 per contract. So if you had 5 of those contracts, well, now you made $1,000. That's it. What strategies do you trade? Okay, that's not how trading works. You seem to think that trading is like going to a store and then picking a strategy off a shelf. No, you have to develop your own strategy that works for you. I know. People that sell stuff and blah, 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 they want to make it seem like trading is that way. Trade my strategy. No. Every single person here has a different strategy. Sure, we have broad concepts that are the same, but if we were to, get down to the minutia, the details, everybody's different here. So if I could help you out, please do not treat trading like going to Walmart to pick out a strategy from a shelf, aisle 11. Sure, Johnny, join the mentorship, you dent. Mister, I'm going to be taking $6,000 in payouts. Yeah, well, you can afford the mentorship, no problem. Can I trade small amounts? Yeah, again, Daniel, you're overthinking this. All out of your pocket is $105. $105 gives you the opportunity to buy up to 3 NQ contracts or 30 MNQ. What you have been witnessing me trade today at max is 5. So even for $105, if you wanted, you could go up to 30. So yes, you can trade small amounts. And it's only $105. All right, good job, Isaiah. Or Carrillo. I'm just going to call you Carrillo. Commissions are net. Assuming you're a take profit trader, commissions are there, but they're nothing to worry about. They're not big by any stretch. Okay, I'm looking for a short here. If it can reject off this area. Okay, looking for a short at the red line. If this is some sort of V shape, well, it's going to be a losing trade. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. Dude. Okay. I tried. Doesn't this man ever trade? I tried. What do you want me to do? I'm trying. Clay, you're my inspiration. Well, thank you, Julia. Bless your heart for having a sense of humor and being a little thick-skinned. We need more Julia Witts of the world. My traumatic experience, though, has scarred me. Let me make sure. Okay, Julia Witt, you are a girl, right? I think that you are a girl or woman, female, whatever you want to call. But you are a girl or woman, right? I promise I have good reason to ask this. My confidence is still damaged. Yes, okay. It's probably been 6, 7, maybe even 8 months ago. There was somebody here, and I looked at the image, and I kept she, her, all those pronouns. And then finally they're like, I'm a guy. And I'm like, what? So I clicked on the image. I looked really closely, and oh boy, it was a dude. So from that moment, it shook me to my core where I'm like, can I actually identify what a woman looks like? That's why I want to, again. So Julia is helping me rebuild that confidence because I looked at her picture. I thought that's got to be a woman. So I'm glad that I was right. Thank you, Julia, for helping me slowly regain my confidence in my ability to recognize a dude versus a dudette. Give me a 5. Who was here for that embarrassment? That still was the most embarrassing moment on the live stream. Okay, see. Oh, a lot of you were. I'm a girl and you call me brother a lot? Are you serious? Oh, no. Oh, that's yeah. That would have been my guess. All right, I'm sorry, sister. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think what threw me off was like your picture is not centered. But you know what, Evan Messi? I like you because you were like, I'm offended. This sexist, he's calling me a brother. He's calling me a brother, and I'm actually a sister. So thank you for rolling with the punches and not being highly offended. Thank you for not seeking out to be offended. Oh, so Trump is talking right now? Short. Hey, Victor, I need you to calm down and give me some numbers. You just yelling short doesn't mean anything. Where did you short? Where are you saying to short? Where are you saying to put your stop loss? Victor over there, you're having a hernia. Yelling in. I like brotherette. I can try to work on that. So we got Julia and Evan, brotherettes. Where you were going to at. Victor, give us numbers. We need 3 numbers from you, Victor. We need an entry point, a stop loss, and all of these is numbers, and a target. And then that way we'll have ultimate clarity. There will be 0 gray area. Those 3 numbers destroy the gray. Trump is not speaking. For those of you that say he's speaking, what are you watching? How would I explain my strategy if I had to the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm an idiot, therefore I have to keep things simple for myself. That is how I would summarize it. I believe in keeping things simple. Enter. Spy. Why are you trading the SPY, Victor? Why? It's okay, Clay. It's the SPY options. That's even worse. Why are you making your life more difficult than it needs to be, Victor? I'm glad you stumbled on this live stream. We got some good truths for you. Clay, isn't Johnny a dent? He is bipolar. Has he gone into dent mode? Has he gone into weirdo mode? That is my working theory. Wait. Busted. I was like, what good-looking girl would say, call another dude a dent? And then you know what I did? I opened it up. I opened up Julia Witt's profile. Can anybody guess when she created this profile? Anybody want to take a guess? Okay, so Julia, you're not Julia, but like, you can stick around, but you got to be honest. What was your previous name that got banned? If you're gonna try to tell me, no, I'm here out of nowhere, you're banned, because I can tell you're definitely okay. So just here's your moment. You can be honest. What was your previous name that was banned? I think you're with Johnny. That's okay. Johnny, you are officially just gone. I think because you can operate with 2 accounts at once, right? Or wait, Julia will no, that's a troll too. Okay. So Julia and Johnny are banned. What? I'm telling you right now. I said yesterday, like the cool thing about these live streams is I can be talking to people literally around the world. The kind of bizarre thing about these live streams is I can be talking to people in any sorts of circumstances, including bipolar people. And I told John, I'm like, dude, I think you literally might be bipolar. And we have confirmation. Something is not clicking with Johnny. So Johnny is now gone, finally. Yeah, there's no way. I think that was Johnny, same name. Because we have had a couple people literally talking to me like at the same time with 2 different names in here. So I do know it's possible. Mark, are you really far behind right now? That seems to be like a relevant comment when we were talking about like contradictions. So Julia was a fake account. That I'm pretty sure. I mean, again, nice looking girl in the picture. Shows up, created that profile today. All of a sudden shows up. Oh, Clay, you're my inspiration. And then calling Johnny a dent. Again, that was Johnny. That was definitely Johnny. No, I was trying. Oh, sorry, Mark. But again, Johnny, like I said, it's weird how I try to explain it to people. Like, it is cool. I can talk to people around the world, but what I have to be better at, and this is me talking to somebody else, is like, the reality of the matter is I could go from talking about somebody that's my age, we're into the same things, to a grandma. Then I could go and talk to somebody that's like literally a 14-year-old living in their mom's basement. I could talk to somebody that has literally cracked out because, I don't know, maybe the pressure of trading's getting to them, so they are literally cracked out. Then I could go to talk about somebody that, who knows, has some sort of mental health thing, like bipolar. We have definitely had bipolar people here, where one moment they're like completely rational, and then it's like something switches and they get into weirdo mode. And that is my theory. Again, keyword being theory. I don't know any of this for sure, but I really do think Johnny is just, and I think that's what happens. Live streaming, the internet is a weird place. And now you, Johnny D, I think you might actually be him too. You come out of nowhere and you're yapping just like he was yapping. So are you him, Johnny D? Dude, that kind of dedication to be here does not deserve the axe. Yeah, but we learned from you keeping the West wild. You find entertainment from trolls, which is fine. But for me and for many others here, trolls can be funny for a while, and then they just become obnoxious. Hey, man, I'm new to your channel. I find it cool. Anyway, what's your thoughts on... I don't know anything about REPL, but glad that you are scaling out. I think that's a good thing. Put some profits in your pocket, reduce position size. So sounds like you're on the right track. But yeah, I have nothing. I have no idea what REPL is. But congrats. Sounds like you're managing it pretty well. Like, I can't see myself ever doing it, but I do, you know, like the live streamers that just don't pay attention to the chat at all. That'd be very boring for me, but I can't understand because, like, literally, it's a bizarre thought. Pharma company. Nice. Hey, Jimbo. We are actually getting very close on the 5-minute to the 200 SMA, that pink line right there. No, I'm day trading. I'm day trading futures here. Oh, it's penny stocks. Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't realize it was a penny stock. Well, yeah. What are you doing in penny stocks? Would be my first question. What are you doing, brother? Okay, let's check out. Let's check on the profile here. Okay, that Johnny D is from 2014, so maybe there's some possibility that he's not. I don't know, Johnny. I'm skeptical, brother. Like, I think that's a breadcrumb that you just dropped. I was watching you since you were trading stocks like AVGO. I don't know if I ever traded AVGO. So my spidey senses are going off. I think Johnny D might be this Johnny guy, but I'm not going to fully commit to it yet. He's on the watch list though. I tried a bit of penny stock trading using the scanner in front of that. Yeah, no, penny stock, small caps, low floats maybe made sense 5-6 years ago, but they literally make no mathematical sense anymore. Yeah, now if you're investing or swing trading, I mean, that's fine. If you want to have a spot in your portfolio for like riskier things, but like day trading penny stocks like is such a waste of time. You can definitely get way more liquid things and okay, wow, okay. Quite the bounce here. You missed it by 2 points? I'm telling you. I mean, you've seen me. I've missed a couple too now. You know what just dawned on me? Which I'm now going to send myself. I'm not. But I try to get short right here, right? Didn't I try to get short up there and I barely missed it and then it really dropped that far down? Not that I would have played it perfectly, but. Hey, Clay, I really like these Nike shoes. I'm up 7,000%. On your shoes? Yeah, so there it is. Looking to get long at the green line. Stop. Oh, come on, crack. Is a red line. Oh, it won't crack. I still, okay. The thought of day trading retirement funds is horrifying to me. But hey, if you can make it work, more power to you. But we definitely have different risk profiles there. Again, hey, more power to you, James. But I've had some bad days day trading. Like the wheels have fallen off the bus quite a bit. I've made tilt blush before. And to think that could happen with retirement funds, oh boy, bless your heart. Okay, might get an entry here. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, looking to get long at the green line. Whoa, whoa, what am I doing? What am I doing? I literally have my stop loss right at the... No, that was it. My stop loss was quite literally at the 200 period simple moving average. Like the dumbest spot ever to put a stop loss. What am I doing? Okay, let's make my entry 30. There we go. We'll look to play a bounce. So this may look kind of random here, but I'm actually just trying to play a bounce off of the 200 SMA and the 5 minute. And where's your stop at? If you're going long at 75.80, Victor, where's your stop at? Okay, if that green line turns blue, I'm in. I'm in? Oh my goodness. Did you guys see that spike down? I don't think I'm going to survive this one. Yep. Did not care about the 200 at all. I am slowly paper cutting myself right now. I'm glad I changed to 3MNQ because think about it. The trades that I absolutely nailed from an idea standpoint, I got like a tick away from getting filled. Never got filled. Now the trades that I'm actually getting filled on, I'm like 0 for 3 recently. So I got to be very, very careful now. Still plenty green, but yeah, I am paper cutting. I'm getting paper cutted to pieces right now. Very annoying. Again, if you were not here, I had a couple of great attempted entry points that were so close to filling and didn't and would have been beautiful. And then the other trades where I'm getting filled, like we just witnessed there, not working out. Oh, okay, so Victor, you're waiting for quite a bit more of a fall. Really, you're risking 10 points? Dang, 10 points on the E. That's... Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. No, I am correct. Goodness, that's a huge stop. Okay, so I guess you are more of a sway trader than Victor. If you got to hold a position for hours on end, so be it. $10. I was gonna say I didn't. Yeah, so he must just be a sway trader. Hey, eyeball, good to see ya. Thank you again for saving me from options, getting my first. Hey! Congrats, man. Congrats. That's awesome. First payout. Good job, IB Trading. But show your beautiful face around here a little bit more often, you scumbag. So you can sit on a contract if you want. Correct. Yes, that is one of the other great things. There's no Greeks, including theta. So yeah, sideways action does not do anything to you. All right, I'm gonna try at that orange line here is a previous session close. Oh, that happened. Okay, I'm in. Looking for the bounce. off of that orange line. Which again is the previous session close. One of those areas where I don't know why, but I like it. The market seems to care about it. Bounce, brother. Give me that hammer. Or not. Dude, the wheels are slowly falling off. If you guys have been here for the whole live stream, I've had a great live stream. The wheels are the only smart thing I've done is really reduce position size, so. All right, I'm out. Goodness. It's like a slow motion train. I guess just go short, right? Okay, I'm short. It's that easy, right? Just go short. Come on. Dump. Dump, brother. And that fast back up. What a clown show this is. Oh, my goodness. Go short, they said. Nobody said that, just me. It just goes straight down, they said. No, that was just me. But see what I mean? It's just never easy. It's just getting short. But Clay, you had a scalpy scalp. I mean, okay, that's true, but how come when I get in, it just stops giving me red candles? How does that work? Well, now you tell me they got exhausted. This is, see what I mean? See what I mean? It's just not that easy. Just go short. No, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, see what I mean about people that are mentally kind of messed up? Now Briella. Is Johnny back under a new name? Do you see what I mean? There's a mental health thing going on here. Okay, out. All right. I can't fool around anymore. No putzing around. The wheels have officially fallen off the bus. I'm just glad I realized this. I literally cannot trade anymore. And even when I make my good decisions, as you guys saw, I can't get filled. I'm only getting filled now in my bad decisions. That's it. Okay, yeah. Johnny D, you're gone. You're definitely connected with them. Yeah, this is officially getting a little creepy. Last 15 minutes was straight up gambling. Where were you ahead of time, Kevin? You dent? Crawling out of the woodwork, the armchair quarterbacks. Last 5 minutes looks familiar. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, why do the guys with the crystal balls always... Agreed, that's weird. We're in the fire zone. That's why market is like this. Oh, excuse me. I think he's just joking around. Thank you. I think he's just joking around. If he's not joking around about a fire zone, he may be gone. Ha! Low dots. Well played, sir. Dang it. How did I not think of that? I'm jealous of your wit. Thank you, H. Demena. Yeah, I blame the mustache hair. I should not have cut that thing. Isn't that wild, though? It can only go lower. So I get stopped out long, hopping short. This will be my well, I never say never. We're in between prior high and prior close. Oh, and that's the fire zone? I swear people just make stuff up. Hey, Grillin. Five minute looks kind of interesting. If it were to want to come back down to 30. Yeah, I'm getting short if it comes back down there. But if the V shape continues, well, then I'm not going to be getting filled. And it seems to continue. Wow. All right, so the one guy on ES, Victor, he didn't get filled. That makes me feel a little bit better. Victor didn't get filled either, so this are Ninja Trader indicators. Oh, brother. Please don't tell me you paid for these indicators. Oh, Border Steve's back. Okay, honest question, Border Steve. I asked you in the comments and you never replied, but do you do drugs? And I'm being serious. You come across as you were commenting on a video of a title that was not even for the day, and then you're busting my chops about it not being live. I can't believe this isn't live. Well, yeah, because it was the recording from yesterday. So, like, honest question. Are you like a crackhead? You sure? Do you sniff paint? Yeah, Border Steve, he went off on me in the YouTube comments about not being live, but he was literally watching one of the live streams in the archive. And on the title, it was from like the previous day. So like I'm not even trying to be funny. It goes back to my thought of like I could be talking to such a variety of people. Does that kill your high if you get upset? Does that make the paint fumes wear off? Yeah, maybe so. Notice how he's not denying it. So I don't. He's either yeah. I don't know. My theory is he's puffing something. I thought we were actually on good terms because a couple days ago I was like, hey man, can you give numbers? And he's like, okay, stand by. And then, hey, guess what? He never showed back up again. And then his like angry self showed up. It's weird. It's weird. Again, the 3 numbers are a powerful thing. It's weird. It's amazing how for some people, they're like, oh yeah, sure, here's 3 numbers. And then we have Border Steve. Dude can't give 3 numbers. It just makes him angry. Maybe a Schumer, maybe. I'll be back, but I'm changing. Well, people like you will stick out like a sore thumb. Because whatever your new name is, I'm going to ask that new name, hey, give us 3 numbers. And then you're going to just refuse to do so. And I'm like, oh, you must be Border Steve. See, that's the power of the 3 numbers. New screen names can't hide from them. Like, I think some of you believe that I'm like exaggerating on when I say the power of the 3 numbers, but I'm telling you, legit power, including against, well, I'm just going to change my name. Well, that's not going to do you much good. Border Steve, again, there's no need to change your name. Just give us 3 numbers. Just give us 3 numbers, brother. It's not that hard. Go long means nothing. And we've, like, this has been the perfect live stream to illustrate that. Because just because you say go long doesn't mean you're ever filled. You know, there's a bunch of problems. Just give us 3 numbers. I have a short memory, too. Like, we'll move on from all this very quickly. Just give us 3 numbers. Looking for short, 350. Look at that. Look at Jason. Now, he could have given us his target, but at least the 2 main ones are there. The entry and the stop. Oh, my goodness. Look at Ronnie. 3 numbers. That's crazy. Dude. That's crazy, Ronnie. The 3 numbers would be your entry point and your stop loss. Those are the main ones. And then your target. Okay, Ronnie's in. So we got in at 355. His stop is 380. Oh, I am getting short up here. I don't even care what anybody tells me. Right there, boom. I don't care. Like, that's worth at least taking a swing at. At least taking a swing. But if this is a V shape, then I'm going to have another losing trade. But like, I have, like, there's some sort of law out there for traders that are like, you have to at least take a swing at that trade from the short side. Ron, and if he's not cooked, then what, Joey? Are you going to be here to apologize? Don't be commenting on him that he's cooked. Let's see. When did this guy create his profile? Hey, you first give 3 numbers before you start. Okay. No. You give us 3 numbers before you start running your mouth to others that have had courage. It's no wonder why people don't like to give 3 numbers when the Joey show up. You're cooked. Bunch of armchair dents. He may be wrong, Joey, but you know what? At least he's not you. At least he had the courage to give us 3 numbers. The only reason why you can run your mouth is because he had the courage to let you know where he could be wrong. Freaking people that live in their mom's basement. It's pathetic. When I see it, I got you. Let's go, Joey. But please refrain from yapping about other people's trade plans. Because to give them credit, at least they had the courage to give a trade plan. See, that's what I mean, folks. I'm not asking for 3 numbers so I can sit here and make fun of you and so. No, I will defend you. I will defend you against anybody that shows up and wants to chime in, because at least you had the courage to give 3 numbers. Maybe we should send you to grief counseling, Don Chandler. Are you that sensitive? Oh, this man rose his voice. I need trauma counseling. This will help, Don. Look at these, Don. Look at them. Uh-oh. Ronnie's looking pretty good right now. What was your trade plan? Where's your target to 330? Uh-oh. Joey, I hope you're getting that apology card warmed up. I might just have to ban Joey just out of pure just being such a dent. Making fun of some guy. Oh, crap. I got an order. I realize the irony. I'm calling some dude a dent, and I forgot I'm on my order. I get the irony, okay? But I've always claimed I am at the king of Baboon Mountain. Dude went from he's cooked, now Ronnie. See, this is what makes it so fun. Because Ronnie had the courage, we can all cheer him on. None of this trust me, bro stuff. Good to know that your stop is at break even now, Johnny. So, oh, don't do that to John or Ron. I'm not. Dude, Johnny, I have a new rule where if your name's Johnny, you're just banned. It has been a bad week for Johnny. But I think the crazy thing is, like, all the Johnnies have been the same Johnny because he's mentally ill. I just took 740 on 2 accounts. Good job, Low Dots. This is not an easy day. I have been having a great day until this afternoon showed up. The only smart thing I did was reduce down to 3 MNQs. Because this afternoon, the wheels have fallen off slightly for me. And I only say slightly because the position size, at least I was smart enough to reduce that. Come on, hit it. Get down to 330 for Ronnie. Come on, get down there, you dirty rat. Do it for Ronnie. Come on. Dude, this is worse than what I'm going to trade. Don't you even think about doing this to Ronnie. You hit 330. Well, technically 329, or slightly below 329, so we know that he's filled. Because just because it hits the level doesn't mean he would have been filled. So let's see it go a tick below 330. Then we know he's filled. Dude, come on. Trump speaking today? I don't know. We've had people say all sorts of stuff. That he's speaking, he's not. He's this, he's that. Come on, get below 330. Nope, close. Come on, print. Just give me one tick below. Wow, this thing is... Do it for Ronnie. Ronnie, hold strong, brother. Hold strong, my boy. Hey, I saw it. Somebody had a shot. Hey, good job, Ronnie. W's for Ronnie. W's for Ronnie. Here's one. See, this is the power of 3 numbers ahead of time. Thank you. And Joey confesses he was being a clown. I respect Joey. I respect that. You didn't disappear. You showed up. Respect. I like Joey. We got off to a rough start, but Joey manned up. He grabbed his walnuts and said, time to confess that I was a clown. I can respect that. Dang, great call, Ronnie. It's just so much better that way. To either the numbers either ahead of time or in real time. Because like I said, I understand some strategies, you have to wait for confirmation. So you don't really know where the entry is going to be until it kind of happens. But even with that, as soon as it happens, cool. Give it. Let us know. Let us know that stop. Then we can cheer you on. We can give you W's in the chat. Here in the here in the South Dakota Black Hills, the sky is blue and the grass is green. Hey, that sounds like a good day, Raspberry. Good to see ya. Yeah, you too, Ronnie. What a great way to end the week. Good for you, Ronnie. That was fantastic. And man, at the end, that thing did not quite want to go down, but you held strong, brother. Jenry, you're still here? You've been here like the entire live stream. Bless your heart, brother. Yeah, did he basically nail the bottom? That's a good point. Dude, he did. Not quite, but like, yeah, it hit 328. 2 points within the bottom. What a call. What a call. Clay should lock it up for the day. Tell me to lock it up. Well, I don't know, man. I'd hate to tell you to lock it up and then you see a beautiful A++ setup. So I'll hedge my bets. If you don't think you're mentally capable of only waiting for A+ setups, then yeah, lock it up. This is the 2 minute right here. You can see that 2 minute there and then the 2M up there, 2 minute. Dude, I don't know what I'm going to do after this. Plumbers and HVAC, they're fishing up the rough end, but the framers are kind of done right now until the roof starts to go on. So I'm not going over to the house today. There's really nothing for me to do over there. What am I going to do with my life in the next couple hours? This is depressing. All right, well then, yeah, low dots, I think better lock it up, brother. Just go over there and point some fingers. Yeah. What do you got? What do you say to the gap of Dell today? Oh, I have no thoughts. I don't focus on stocks. Well, I focus on stocks for investing, but like for trading, I don't care. I have no thoughts because I put zero brain power into that. Dude, do we see this? It's sad. It's sad. Nothing to do with my trade. MOC. All right, I'm all active. Hey, good job, Low Dots. Thank you for for your quick quips. Shorted Delta Air. Oh, the Delta, as in DAL Delta? How much percent do you make each year with trading? I don't know. Enough to make it worth my time. This is worth my time. I'll put it that way. It's worth my time. It's worth my time to doing what I'm doing. And like, by the way, percentages are very deceiving. I mean, I can buy a penny stock for $10 and it goes up to 20, and then I'm done. I'm like, man, I just made 100% for the year, brothers. 100% for the years, brother. I am at this stage of my life, 43, 6 kids, all at home. I'm just trying to manage my time wisely. That's it. So if something is worth my time, I'll do it. But if it's fun and it's not worth my time, given my stage of life, I would say that's kind of a moral problem on me. Because, like, I'm doing something simply because it's fun. Is it a waste of my time? Yeah, but hey, it's fun. Screw my 6 kids and wife. I'm wasting my time, but hey, at least it's fun. Now, if I'm a single guy, that's a way different conversation. But that's why, hence me prefacing this saying, in my stage of life, that's why I love the live stream. It is fun, but it's also worth my time. So on that note, please keep using code Clay. So I can morally justify being up here acting like a moron, having fun. I can morally justify it because it is not a waste of time, because people are using code Clay. So thank you. Found out I have my 6. Hey, congrats, Josh. I do not copy trade. Nope. I'm 14 and I do swing trading since I was 12. Very cool. Good job. Well, you've gotten into the markets way sooner than I ever did, so congrats. Good stuff. I don't think so. He seems to be a very reasonable person. Look at Dale. It's short setup oil reserves. It's screwed. Well, yeah, I mean maybe, but again, I don't. Day trading stocks for me is a waste of time. It doesn't make any sense. It's garbage. The math is not mathing for day trading options or stocks. The math is mathing for day trading futures through a prop firm. Again, my argument is based on math, not ego. Well, that's not real trading. Okay, well, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. I'm too old to care about my ego. I already got a beautiful blonde Dutch wife. So I'm just going to go ahead and geek out and do what the math says makes sense. Correct. Key takeaway from today, though, dragons. Agreed. And unicorns and the rabbits with horns, whatever those things were called. Well, thank you, Evan. I appreciate that. Code Clay. It makes a difference. You're feeding hungry children. And soon to be, as we discussed earlier, you'll help keep the live stream stable and going because my internet price will be going up in the near future. Way more than what it is right now. Just got moved live by Apex looking. Yeah. Take Profit Trader, I think, is like, I don't know if they're the originators, but yeah. That's been their calling card from the get-go. Our daily payouts. JSR. So yes, they do. Yes, I only trade Take Profit Trader. That is who I've always used, and I like them. They're simple. They're easy to understand. Daily payouts. Very, very straightforward rules. Easy to understand. There's not like some massive rule book. They don't have 4,000 different accounts to choose from. Anyone else with me in the trade? Why do you get 50K buying power with only 119? Why? Well, that's just how it's set up. Why? I mean, I don't know. You'd have to ask them. Yeah, I don't copy your bunch of accounts. Correct. And they use Tradeovate. Yes, JSR. Okay, I'm going for a short up here. Like I said, this is just... Okay, I'm short. We'll see if the losing streak continues. But, I mean, come on now. Okay, again, June, as I've said, and I know you've heard me say this, when it comes to beginners, I don't want to overwhelm somebody. Somebody that we have convinced to switch over to day trading futures through a prop firm, I don't want to overwhelm them by giving them 38 opinions on the best beginner prop firm. My stream, Take Profit Trader. That's it. You are welcome to disagree. We can, for the experienced prop firm trader, let it be an open forum because everybody is by definition already experienced, so they're not going to feel overwhelmed. But for the beginner that is thinking about changing from options or penny stocks, and we've now converting them to what math suggests is better, I don't want to overwhelm them, June, with 18,000 opinions on who the best prop firm is. Does that make sense, June? Good. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yeah, same to you, Raspberry. Dude, like it has completely become a fade clay day. Like I cannot do anything right this afternoon. Nothing. Another. Seems to be losing trade. I'll just hop out there. Whatever. Hey, Johan. I don't need any feedback from a 14-year-old, dude. In fact, let's see. This guy, maybe he is Johnny. Yeah, paper cuts. Well, hey, if you have enjoyed this stream, if you're enjoying and want to help support it, as we were just kind of talking about, code Clay with any of these prop firms I recommend, I love, Take Profit Trader, especially if you're just a beginner getting started in the world of prop firms and futures. Take Profit Trader, very clean set of rules. So go with them, and then as you get experience, and if you want to branch out, start to build an empire, then yeah, here are the other prop firms that you can use and that you can help support the stream with. So code Clay, again, it's got to be all caps. It is case sensitive. Whatever the deal is, any of these prop firms are offering, that's what code Clay will get you. And I appreciate everybody that has done it because this is totally viewer supported. Maybe someday there will be some sponsorships and it won't matter, but as of now, it does matter. So, hey, Joey, appreciate that. He gave us our 3 numbers here. But overall, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. Call it for the weekend. I am officially brain dead. But yeah, on your way out, if you could hit that like button, that would be great. I'll be back Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern at the very latest. Usually I show up early, but if you want to know exactly when I go live, that's where not only subscribing, but turning on notifications helps with that. So that is all I have. I appreciate a good week, kind of a weird week, but I'll take it. But man, oh man, the wheels fell off during that last hour. But at least I kept position size very small. So paper cuts, but no major flesh wounds. So it is what it is. So take care, everybody. Have a good weekend. I'll see you back on Monday. Code Clay, hit that like button. Take care, everybody.